Waiting to see if it restarted the stream, because apparently it stopped streaming. 'Tis loading! Alright, let's wait till it loads. I feel bad when I was filming the video with NASA yesterday. My lips were so dry and I couldn't find chapstick anywhere, and I'm just like trying not to lick my lips the whole time. Yay, you say. An Ed Sheeran ad. I don't even, what are the ads? I don't make any money off Twitch except like $4 a month from you guys that use your Prime membership to resubscribe, which I don't think you can even get a payout until you get $100 worth. So I just don't, I have no illusions of ever making money off of, you know, YouTube monetization or Twitch ads or anything, because my not getting bannedness is so precarious. So only way I can make money is off donations, which of course are people wanting sex. That's probably why I want to do a lot more art streams too, because at least then, you know, people can pay for artwork. Hopefully. We'll see. Oh, I haven't done my daily draw yet. Yeah, I've been trying to draw every day. I missed like 1 or 2 days. And so I did a tiger yesterday, and damn Wims, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. We always sarcastically joke back and forth on Twitter, and he was like, that's a funny looking horse. And I was just like, all right, are we good? Can you guys hear me? If I hit play on the trailer, let me know if the sound's good on the trailer, because I know getting the sound levels to deal with XSplit properly are kind of wonky.
He is weak, but I will show you what
I should try myself.
my eyes.
No, thanks. I will say, you know, one of the things that's always so funny, and I mean not funny, haha, but funny strange about incels is like so many of them are perfectly normal looking. Like if they weren't douchebags, they'd have no problem finding a girlfriend. But because they're so toxic, you know, personality-wise, they have themselves convinced they're ugly. And it's like, yeah, if you go after a super hot bitch, she's probably not going to want to date you. But, you know, as long as you're not aiming for supermodels, you'll probably be fine. And that, of course, is part of the whole thing why incels are so annoying, is that they tell themselves like, oh, I'm such a nice guy and I just want a nice girlfriend. No, you want a hot girlfriend. You're not willing to have something really special about you that would be like, this is why I'd be a good, you know, partner for you. And I bet you an incel would way more prefer to date a hot bitch than a really nice plain girl. So shut your fucking mouth. Anyway. All right. Free drawing. Man, I'm bad at drawing. It takes a while. I need to work on my new drawing pad more, which again, I want to stream and stuff up here, but I just got so much stuff to do. And that's why I don't do a lot of 1v1 chats, because not only does the person usually turn out to be a toxic asshole, but I just don't have the time for it. Speaking of incels being ugly or whatever, that's actually one of the things that I was talking to NASA about in our review, or in our interview that I'm going to put up sometime this week. I just need to like put the sound and the audio together and everything. Because I'm not going to cut it up in 20 sections. I do want to cut a couple of good parts and make like a 10-minute highlight video to try to get people to watch the whole thing. But anyway, I was talking about how even up till recently, and even, you know, in some mindsets recently, people are convinced that like bad people are ugly and ugly people are bad. And so he was talking about how, you know, J.K. Rowling would describe bad people in Harry Potter as being really ugly. And I was relating some other stuff that I've, you know, books and stuff I've read that were the same. And it's so dishonest with the way the world is, because, you know, you see pictures of pedophiles, you see pictures of, you know, bombers and mass shooters or whatever. And a lot of time they're like, again, they're perfectly normal looking. They don't like have this look of like, I'm a psychopath. And I mean, one of the infamous examples is the one that shot up some college. I can't even remember. There's been so many mass shootings, but he like specifically focused on women, and he had this huge manifesto about how much he hated women. And mass shooters idolize him and call him the perfect gentleman. He was actually like, I shudder to say this, but he was kind of cute. And yet he was like, women are bitches and they won't date me and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, because you're a fucking psychopath. you're actually not even like psychopath is a cop out. It's like, oh, I don't know how to talk to people. It's like, no, you didn't put the work in. I don't know how to talk to people. I'm very blunt and awkward, and yet somehow I don't have the desire to shoot people for not wanting to be my girlfriend. I should live stream my 1v1 chat. That would be pretty funny. Well, I kind of tried to offer as a perk on Patreon or whatever, like, you know, I'll do a 1v1 with you, but I'll record it and upload it online afterward. And strangely, no one took that offer. So interesting. Anyway, they all have dicks in their hands. Anyway, yeah, so tangent. So I already saw the first few minutes of this, so I'm gonna check out for a little bit, but then I'll come back in with my reaction, and hopefully it works this time. Wow. I love that kind of chanting, though.
We will embrace our suffering, soothe our scars of grief, and break their siege of our minds. You may see them as gods, but we will show you what lies behind their eyes.
Wait. Listen. It's coming. It knows my name. What's he say? It knows our name. How does it know her name?
To risk your own life for what you believe is your sacrifice to make. To lead others to death brings a different kind of burden. One that Senua would have to learn to bear.
Death is coming. Can you smell their fear? Look at the bones. Look at the bones. That's going to be you. That's going to be everyone. Nay, stay down.
Those whose eyes are clouded by fear are besieged by the ghosts that haunt them. Senua saw that to win the war we must break this siege. Break it with an unshakable truth.
Oops.
Break it with an impossible feat.
That's supposed to be Cyclops?
Get ready.
Cyclops was Greek though, right?
Get ready. First the oil, then the fire.
Those little tiny things are not gonna do anything.
Go! Yes!
What the? Oh! Okay! I mean... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Roman fees at record.
Go away! Anyway. So I don't know if... that's a really random place for an ad. I don't know if you'd be able to do... What? Okay, I guess that's the end of it. Oh, no, that's another ad. I was like, that's weird. We'll finish the ad in a second, but I don't know. Sorry. Let's finish it up. What is League of Legends? I don't know, but there's a new movie about it that everyone likes, apparently. Stop, drop, and roll, dude! There's like puddles of water. I was gonna say, she's got people helping her, but they're probably all gonna die, because she spends the whole game alone. Oh good, they're not all dead. You should have brought more pitch. feel like it would be pretty easy to get to the other side of him and he'd have a hard time turning around, but... And yet, there's these popularly used emojis on Twitch that are literally like cum face. Not every pitch works. Ha 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 ha.
It's me it wants to kill.
Honestly, how hard would it be to run out, you know, run away from that thing? It's kind of reminding me of the trailers for the newer God of War. They are. Why is it all guys? I was gonna say, like, the little sticks is not gonna stop it. It's gonna be like, boink. Only a flesh wound. Nom nom.
I know you. He needs you.
Aww. Alright, so, Hellblade. I played the first one. I actually beat it pretty quickly. I mean, for me, pretty quickly. I think like within a week. Not a full week of playtime, but just, you know, cut up throughout the week. And I remember like some of the controls were kind of awkward and it was kind of hard to figure out what to do, but I liked the narrative structure. I liked the chance to play as a woman, which is always a rare treat. Again, sort of like what I was saying with Alan Wake, I like sort of creepy, mysterious, but not like bonkers, you know, impossible to follow stories or whatever. And so it was interesting. I knew about Hellblade before I even played it, that it's supposed to be like a representation of mental illness, like schizophrenia, and how, you know, the Vikings would allegedly deal with it, where they basically were like, you're cursed, fuck off, and they'd banish you. And I understand that they had like psychologists as consults while they were making it and stuff like that. And so I think I had first read about it in an article in Game Informer before it was out. And I was like, this sounds really interesting. And of course there's like online, you know, they were tokenizing, you know, mental illness and blah, blah, blah. It's just that whole thing of anytime they try to do anything like that, they get draped across the coals for it. So then no game company even tries, or movie or anything like that, because every time they try, people are like, ah! So, yeah. There are a couple of parts in Hellblade 1 that really stuck to me. There's one where you are walking around sort of in darkness with like little patches of light, and there's these like monsters that are basically like fuzzy clouds that you can't really tell what they are wandering around, and it's really hard to avoid them. And that part really got me. I don't know why. It was like pretty much the only part in the game that really scared me. The other thing that was really cool, I think it was before that, is you go into these sections that are different gods that you have to defeat, and they all have their own specific thing or whatever. And the trickster god, it was so cool. Basically, like these statues would appear and then you look away and they're gone. And it's like, but it's like certain angles, like not even just like look away, but like, you know, you go to a tree and it shows on this side, but it doesn't show on this side. And just these really neat ways of affecting your perception of what was going on. And I just remember being really impressed with that. So not a flawless game. Controls a little awkward. Sometimes hard to figure out what to do. Story is bordering on too confusing, but at the same time, I'd rather be more confused than have it be more predictable. So yeah, I'm interested in Hellblade 2. Again, you know, most of these games, very few games, I'm very jaded now. Very few games am I gonna like run out and get new. I usually wait till they're on sale. But definitely on my list. My someday maybe when I don't have kids taking up 90% of my time list. Campbell's Soup reduces salt to be healthy, and their stock price plummeted as they put the unhealthy level salt back. Yeah. People don't know what they want. Oh, we didn't get a ad. Okay. Well, Star Wars, so I'm already like, meh. Pretty effects on that, I know. That makes me think of the movie Melancholia, which is really good that you should go watch. Basically, it's about the existential dread of a comet destroying the Earth. And Anaria is similar, where people get stuck on a ship that goes into space forever, so lots of depressing sci-fi movies that are... I mean, the Melancholia is not even technically a sci-fi movie, but... That's cool looking. Oh, they're so cute! I like how in so many of these sci-fi things, you have like the basically human-sized ones, and then you have like the little, you know, little people-sized ones. There's not like big, awkward, totally like why are 90% of the aliens in these things bipedal? Like, it's not that great. Why can't they have 3 legs or something? Yeah, I know, and I'm wondering who gets the money in the game ads. Since, you know, I doubt it goes to the companies in the ads. It probably goes to the one hosting these. Oh, she's pretty. I just find lightsabers dorky. I'm sorry. I don't know. Like, give me a pistol or give me a sword. Don't give me a sword that... I don't know. What was I watching? Oh, Shang-Chi. So, like, they have, like, modern tech, but they're, you know, modern world, but they're fighting with, like, swords and arrows. And it's like, how are you going to defend your portal from monsters using freaking swords? Like, get a gun! Make your bullets out of dragon scales. But guns make everything boring, like the guy from who did Subnautica said. I don't know why, but that scene just makes me want to rewatch the new Dune. So that didn't really say anything about, like, what the story is. Like, who do you play as? What is the plot? I don't know. If it didn't say Star Wars and they didn't show the lightsabers, I honestly wouldn't even know that that had been Star Wars. I don't... Like, I was saying how I was actually rewatching the movies recently with my kids, and they're better than I remembered, but I think it's just a matter of, like, it being assumed throughout my entire life that because I like nerdy things, I must be a Star Wars fan, and I'm just like, I like sci-fi! I find most... sorry, not sci-fi. I like fantasy. I find most sci-fi boring. And it's like Elder Scrolls, you know, they're doing Starfield instead, and I'm like, I don't want more sci-fi games. I want more fantasy. Give me fantasy. Have a little temper tantrum. Star Wars, and you want to plot. Harsh. All right, Elden Ring. Well, I'm waiting for an ad to pop up.
It happened an age ago.
So this is what Martin's been working on instead of the next book.
But when I recall, I see it true.
I don't know if
On a
Emmerich
night
is
of
still
wintry
watching,
fog.
but it's funny to watch this while he's playing Bloodborne. Pretty effects. I mean, this is a pre-rendered scene, but...
The rune of death was stolen.
It's gotta be hard wearing cloaks like that, getting them caught in every single branch.
And the demigods began to fall.
Oh, that guy looked like he was hot.
Starting with Godwyn the Golden.
Ads in. Oop. Genshin! I want to play more Genshin. I played a little bit of Genshin for like a week. I was actually enjoying it a lot. Ugh, no! Things under the skin is so gross! No, 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 no!
Was driven to the brink.
Oh. Do not want. Oh my god, seriously. We got a spammer!
The shattering ensued, a war that wrought only
It just feels
darkness.
like Lord of the Rings.
The Elden Ring was broken. But by whom?
Beautiful graphics, even if it is a pre-render. It's amazing just seeing how graphics in video games have progressed. It's not even about realism. Like, I find it boring when games are trying to look like real life. Although, like, the reflection work in Miles Morales and stuff is cool. But, like, using it to show stuff like this is just so cool. That is an iconic Dark Souls look. Just that, like, proportion and helmet kind of thing. Hey, it's Ganondorf!
The conqueror of the stars, General Radar.
He actually looks a little Final Fantasy-ish. Or she? Is that a girl?
These two were the mightiest to remain, and locked horns in combat.
Ow! She doesn't even flinch. Only a flesh wound? Oh, it looks like she's just made out of armor?
But there would be no victor.
Ha! His hair turned into a flower. Okay. Interesting. Did not see that happening.
We inhabit a fractured world, awaiting the arrival of the Elden Lord.
That looks like Final Fantasy too.
Unless, of course, thou shouldst take the crown.
Pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, Elden Ring has been getting talked about for, what, years? So I'm excited for it. I do like George R. R. Martin's books. I think, you know, he does a great job of both showing overall politics, but also having you identify with the characters. Even, you know, redemption arcs and stuff like that. And I loved the show. I do agree that there's, like, an unnecessary amount of sex and violence in it. But I'm trying to figure out how it's going to translate into a video game. Especially, like, is it all preordained, or is it going to be, like, left open for what the player does? Like, I don't know how they're going to do all that. So it'll be interesting to see. There was another game that Guillermo del Toro was working on. I think it might have been a Silent Hill one or something. I don't know. Like, it's, you know, I'm not saying it can't be good. I'm just saying it's not a guarantee that it'll be good just because they're a good writer or whatever. And then you have stuff like, you know, Cowboy Bebop that recently tanked on Netflix. And there's different theories on why. A lot of people just said the anime didn't transfer well. I do think that the way that they tried to turn Ed into a real life person is just so awkward and annoying, and just, like, definitely, you know, stuff like that doesn't translate well. I was fine with the main three. I mean, Spike, I think, was actually great representation, and I really liked Jet's character. I didn't really have particularly strong feelings about Faye. I didn't really like her or hate her. I think it's funny how the fanboys were, like, screaming that they made her costume less slutty. Like, okay. It doesn't, how does it affect the story? She's still, like, a femme fatale or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I only saw, like, the first 2 episodes. I didn't think it was worth destroying like they did on the internet, but, you know, people love to hate. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't have as many strong feelings about it. So anyway, want to play Genshin, didn't let you make a black that is a good point. I know, it's always been so interesting to me how, like, anime and anime style games and stuff, like, they're almost always white people with big eyes, and it's like, why don't they look more Asian? I'm like, are they idealizing white people? I don't understand why. So I don't know. Read by Mike Pence. Oh my god, can you imagine? That'd be a funny, like, Twitter parody account, is like take Game of Thrones and stuff like that and write it as Mike Pence instead. I'll pass though. I'm not that interested. But yeah, so Elden Rings, yeah, excuse me. I'm interested in it. I know that there is a lot of lore in the Dark Souls series, but it's one of those ones where it's very fragmented and you kind of have to keep track of everything to start piecing it together. It's a little too esoteric for me, compared to like what I was saying with Alan Wake and Senua Hellblade. Hellblade Senua Sacrifice. Like, it's such a confusing name for the game. But anyway, it's like with Horizon Zero Dawn or Zero Dawn Horizon, I can never remember which one it is. But anyway, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if it ties the narrative together more. Even if it doesn't, the visuals are really nice. And I like the controls of most of the Dark Souls games. I infamously, I think it was 2 that I got super mad at because I remember I was fighting a boss at the beginning and like he was spinning to face me and like even as he's spinning his legs aren't moving but his whole body is rotated to face me, and I thought that was really cheap because you know in the previous games like they actually had to stand up and step to face you. So that just really bothered me. But I was saying to Rich online that I can only play small installments of the Dark Souls game because my heart is like hammering in my chest. It's like a very stressful game for me. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, Elden Ring is definitely on my list. And I like seeing a fantasy game treated with gravitas. I mean, a lot of fantasy games, you know, they do have very heavy subjects on there. But I feel like, you know, with Final Fantasy and stuff, people who aren't big on Final Fantasy just dismiss it as some like silly fantasy thing, whereas Elden Ring is almost getting like a Game of Thrones, you know, serious investment. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a great branching point for people that like Game of Thrones but don't really play video games. It's probably still going to be pretty confusing and hard to play. But for those of us who love video games and Game of Thrones, could be a nice marriage made in heaven kind of thing. Westernized anime character initializing the female characters with BDSM, BESM. There we go. Big eyes, small mouth. Disturbing trend of having young schoolgirls. Yep. Yeah, I know. I've read about that before. I know, like, you watch some of this old anime, and I'm just like, these people look like freaks. Anyway. Sailor Moon. Super tall, super skinny. Alright, are we going to get another blasting ad? Get a digital adventure. Yeah, fuck that. I don't pre-order for digital stuff. I don't care. Give me a statue. Ooh, here's a trailer that's not from it, but I tried EVE Online for like 2 weeks free trial, and there were parts of it that I liked, but it was just so confusing. It's like not Rebel Galaxy. What was the one that the guy was showing me how to play, but it was actually extra awkward on the computer, so it might be nicer to play on a console. Now that's cool. The poster's cool, but Warhammer. Well, another sci-fi, so I'm not inclined to like it. Fighting evil by moonlight. No, it's just the character designs in Sailor Moon do not appeal to me. I've always liked more like realistic looking anime. That makes me think of Zerd. Yeah, have we heard anything about a new Star Trek or StarCraft? We haven't had a new one in a long time.
Company, come on.
I know Blizzard, you know, is all focused on World of Warcraft still. Didn't they like wipe everything and make it vanilla Warcraft again? Or was that basically completely separate from the main world? I don't know. It's like 15 years old now. Kind of getting Gears of War vibes. Again, gun versus sword, gun's gonna win. Definite Gears of War vibes. So unnecessary, just cut the head off. That's just too many teeth. What do you need all those teeth for? This is a cool monster design, actually. Alien design. That's the thing, like, why don't we have aliens like that in Star Wars? Like, why don't we have cool-looking aliens? Instead of everyone just being a human with a mask. Such an uncomfortable-looking outfit. What is the point of the packs? How are you going to get anything out of the packs with those big, giant mallet arms? Petra? Is that what that says? Ultra. He's got a baby face. I hope they evacuated. Now that's a neck. Are those bullets that were in his head? So is that a real-time strategy, or what is that? Or is it like Gears of War? Oh yeah, it looks like Gears of War. I bet you can't jump in that one either. Oh, it's like Gears of War with a bit of the, what is it, Dynasty Warriors feel, where you're just mowing through enemies. Okay, so yeah, all I know of Warhammer is like people having to paint 12,000 figurines and stuff, and it looks really hard to control or whatever. There is that one, I think it's Warhammer, where it's there's like the elf character and the mage guy, and I can't remember what it is. It's almost like Left 4 Dead but fantasy. I can't remember what it's called. I think I remember that being in the Warhammer universe, and I was like, really? But I could easily be wrong. I don't really remember. They're unionized. Yeah. Sheesh. Oh, there's black characters in anime, but they're always like a certain stereotype. I mean, it's even worse representation than, you know, in American media. Well, supposedly black people are extremely rare in Japan. I remember a long time ago I found this blog that was written by this big black guy that went over there as a teacher, and he was talking about like the treatment he got and how everyone would just like stare at him like he was an alien and stuff. Real-time strategy. Yeah, it sounds like. But I mean, it's such a big series. I could see them. Space Marines are fighting Tyranids, an alien race from outside the galaxy, which consume all the biomatter of the world. I mean, yeah, or like the Geth or whatever. Like you always have that kind of. I'm trying to. What is that? I'm trying to remember. Vermintide! It is Warhammer! Okay, Vermintide. Yeah, I played that one, and I actually liked it quite a bit. I was playing it with Matthew. I'm just confused because it's like fantasy, but the rest of Warhammer is like sci-fi. I mean, you could combine the two, but... Oh my god, Facebook with the ads. Alright, so now we're on to Matrix.
Hi, I'm Thomas Anderson. Like many of you, I work with computers.
His voice is so
computers
weird.
are also mirrors, reflecting back who
Are
and what we
also
are and the
mirrors.
choices
He almost
we
sounds like
make.
the G-Man
The
or
worlds
G-Man.
we build.
This feels dated.
You still got it.
Like riding a bike, they say.
Oh, it's so weird. CGI version of them. I mean, I guess it's less jarring than having like real video interspliced with CGI, which is what they used to do a long time ago. Ooh, Cuphead! I suck at Cuphead. I love the idea of the aesthetic.
Looks like it's bound for
It's the marionettes.
Cuphead, Bugman, and the lovely Miss Chalice.
Miss
They're
Chalice.
off on their next adventure. This time to the
It's
fabled
adorable.
DLC Island. Watch Chalice
DLC Island.
in this enchanted land. What better way to explore the island?
This is an awesome
than
ad.
with a leisurely climb into the mountains. Just remember to watch your step.
I want to make sets like that now.
Or perhaps the icy tundra is more to your liking. Don't forget to pack your mittens. Look out for the walloping winter whale. Next stop, the dramatic western plains under the watchful eye of Sheriff Winchester. Yee-haw!
Hi, NASA. I was already talking about you.
But what's this? Why, it's Chef Saltbaker with his famous cookies. He's the best baker in the land. His cookies
I almost
are
thought
sure
this was
put
going to
some
be,
pep in your step. Oh.
Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds
you'll need it.
sequel.
For
when it
there's
first
a new
started.
challenge waiting around every corner on the
Wait,
amazing
why is the sheriff
DLC
dressed as a
Island.
knight? Oh, it's gonna come out pretty soon. Yeah, I love the idea of like taking the old cartoons and making it into a, you know, side scroller, and I don't love playing it. I find the controls kind of awkward. They're very, you know, endemic to the style, but I just don't it's awkward for me. It's like Metroid Dread I was playing a little bit of, and I just have a really hard time conceiving of like having to stop and aim. I don't really like side scrollers very much, but I do love the aesthetic. And yeah, I played it off and on at Vault 31 with my husband. We never get very far. It's a hard game. At least for me it is. What did I say? Oh no, I was referencing some stuff from our video that we shot yesterday, like how we were talking about the misrepresentation that bad people are ugly and ugly people are bad. Because I was, talking about the incel guy I was dealing with earlier today, and it's just like a lot of incels. They don't look like incels, so you never know who's gonna shoot up a school. So maybe we should stop throwing guns at everybody and have some basic red flag checks and stuff like that. But that's going to be a future video that I'm going to shoot with NASA about how to deal with the gun crisis besides guns for everybody. More guns. Now called Age of Sigma is a fantasy. Warhammer 40,000 is the sci-fi. Oh, they're different things. That's so confusing. Okay. I'm waiting for another ad to pop up. Hopefully you're getting a alert when we get one. Sonic! I haven't really played a Sonic game in a long time and enjoyed it. Ads in. I just watched the trailer for the new Sonic with Link earlier today, and I don't know, like the writing didn't seem as interesting as before, so I'm not really so keen on it. I did find Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik pretty funny, and I liked Tails. He sounded kind of annoying, and of course I'm curious about Idris Elba as Knuckles. But I mean, I'll watch it. I'm just not like run out the door. God damn it, I'm hungry now. Stupid commercial makes me hungry.
Over here.
Sci-fi! It's like on the edge of realistic. It's kind of messing with me. It's like in Super Mario Odyssey when they have the dinosaur. Is it Odyssey that you throw the hat? They have the dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs look super realistic, and they just stick out so much in the Mario world. Yeah, like if they didn't show Sonic, none of this would look like a Sonic game. So that's kind of funny. They made it all like serious fantasy. Okay, it's really loud. Oh, I know. Well, when your entire political platform is Trigger the Libs. Okay, now we're playing Mass Effect. He's trying to look all tough. He's adorable. It's like when my 3-year-old is like, I'm so mad!
A new threat comes to our shores, and I must call you home. Restore what has been broken. Unite old enemies. Forge new bonds. You are a hero.
That would have been set on fire.
You can be a leader. You.
She looks different than in the movies. That was a short ad. So of course, anything with Wonder Woman, it's hard not to think about like how the first Wonder Woman movie, recent Wonder Woman movie, got all these amazing awards, and it was directed by a female director, and like there weren't all these gratuitous upskirt shots and everything, and she was badass. And then you had the Justice League version of her where they made her more skimpy, and there were upskirt shots and everything like that, and it was just like, guys, why? Be better. Of course, I think in both she still has high heels, which bothers me. And then in the 1984 or 1986, whatever or maybe it's just 86, the most recent one where it's supposed to be back in time, and in her daytime costume, she's wearing these gigantic fucking heels. And like the other woman even comments like, I can't walk in heels. It's like, yeah, no sane person can. Fuck heels. Those are torture devices. And like, what is it with making female superheroes wear heels? Always, all the time. Why? But anyway, like power wise, I could see her being kind of fun. I'm sure you can like web sling with her whip and everything like that. Doesn't she like spin fast enough that she can like fly forward, sort of like Thor's hammer? I vaguely remember something about that. The invisible jet thing cracks me up. It's just so, like, anachronistic to the rest of her character. I don't get it. I guess you're getting this. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be worth trying. I don't know if I necessarily want to buy it, but I wouldn't mind trying to play it. So they're easy to catch. Oh, for break an ankle. Slitterhead. I have not heard anything about this one. I'm guessing it's a horror. Oh! Japanese horror. Prepare to be mindfucked. As a dominatrix character. She makes me think of Fatal Frame. Yeah. Well, hard pass on this game! Yeah, no, nope. Big old nope. The music is so incongruous. Kind of makes me think of Dead Space designs a little bit. Okay. So they have some kind of blood power. Oh my god, can you imagine living in a building like that? That'd be terrifying. As it is, an apartment complex catches fire, the whole thing breaks apart. Slitterhead. Ugh. I have some Akira Yamaoka CDs. Like, they creep the fuck out of me, but it is fun listening to them. Oh, okay, just standing out, getting some sun. You know. That's like Parasite, the anime. Yeah, hard nope. This one I'm excited about. This one I was telling NASA about yesterday.
I do not know how I got here, and all I want is to go home.
I don't think she's necessarily from the Bronx. She's just from New York City. I don't know. I thought they said that she's from the Bronx, but maybe it was some ad I read.
For hope that we cannot give
Aww.
but maybe you can.
Wherever I go turns to shit. It's always been this way. Athia's all but lost. Everything that corruption touches, it breaks. Yeah, I saw it up close.
It is you who trespassed on my land. You who set this battle in motion.
I hate how games always just remind me of other games. It's distracting. Oh, those guys are cool looking.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Lies! She dies!
Her eyes were not matching her laugh. That was kind of weird. She was like, ha 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 ha. Ooh. Floaty powers. I like floaty powers. Oh, that thing is horrifying. Ow. So yeah, that is a game that I actually seriously wouldn't mind considering pre-ordering. Again, only if there's some physical stuff. I don't give a shit about digital stuff. I really look forward to this game. By the way, the other ad that they put out earlier is pretty funny. There's like a scene where she starts hearing a voice and it's like, here down on your wrist, and she sees the rings and she's like, ah, it's talking to me. Like, that cracked me up. I love having a female main character. I love having a person of color main character. The whole juxtaposition of the like American in a classic fantasy environment is kind of cool. The gameplay looks really fun. Of course, I won't actually know until I feel the controls, because it's still, the controls can be awkward, but like the variety of attacks and like, you know, she was riding on that hoverboard and she turned invisible and stuff like that. That looked really cool. The monster designs look really cool. Just, there's a lot about this game that looks really neat. And I feel like it's going to have, you know, the plot might be a little cliche. I mean, just from the outside, it does sound a little cliche. I think the talking arm thing is what I'm more interested in with the plot. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be curious to see if there's any like throwbacks to her pre-fantasy life that affect the future. I don't like, you don't really see any in the ad so far. But I mean, that would make it interesting. Otherwise, it's like, why bother having a character from America sent into this fantasy world if she's just going to act like any other fantasy character? But yeah, we'll see. Yeah. This is Forspoken. I just wish it had a less weird name because it's hard for me to remember. But yeah, so this one sounds really cool. It gives zero fucks about happy ending to horror. Yeah, a lot of world cultures don't. That's why Aniara spoiler alert, the sci-fi movie I keep talking about stands out so much, I think. I mean, it's Swedish, I think, and it's based on a poem that apparently is huge in Sweden that was written during the time of the hydrogen bomb testing and was basically positing a future where everything was destroyed by bombs, but is very easily transferred to climate change. And we're so used to movies where, you know, something happens in the end that, you know, these people are stuck on the spaceship and you're like, they're going to get saved. They're going to get saved. And then, spoiler alert, the last scene is like 5 million years in the future and they're all just, you know, pieces of bacteria floating around the ship and they pass by a planet that looks exactly like Earth, like a habitable planet, but they're all dead. So there's a lot. It's a powerful movie. I really recommend it. And it's on my to-do list to read the poem. I haven't yet, but they say poem, but it's like a short story. It's a lyrically written short story to me. Oh, haven't heard of this one either, but I'm already getting Final Fantasy vibes. Actually, no, I'm getting Black Desert Online vibes. Ugh. Maybe Final Fantasy Online? Whoa! I don't think you're outrunning that, girl.
Ever since the day the portal network collapsed, stranding us in these realms, we have searched.
Interesting looking character.
Lost and alone in the dangerous labyrinth of fantastical worlds.
She looks like the elves in that one
Welcome to the lands of Fae.
Divinity Original Sin game. Really interesting face.
Every portal is a chance for salvation. Uniting the lost survivors.
That's a cute outfit. Ooh, pretty good. So there's base building too? Friendly giant! Aww!
Into this nightmare.
Whoops. Ugh. That is a Silent Hill-ish looking monster design. I am intrigued by this. Base building and you fight all these monsters?
Our beacon of hope. But beyond our reach. As long as we
Why'd you have to wear a corset though?
Our journey will unite us.
They're all like British. I don't even know what era you call it. Look, a black girl! There's a black girl! Now you want to play it, right?
Are all that is left.
The fuzzy back always makes me think of Dark Souls or whatever. Here's another ad for a game.
You're not ready.
They're putting EVE Online game ads in other game ads. That looks really interesting. I'm not sure if there actually is base building, but the way they kept like showing the time lapse of it was kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm very interested in that. I didn't really get a good idea of what the gameplay is like, but we'll see. I don't really like RTS. I definitely don't like turn-based games, which is unfortunate because a lot of them have really good story, but I just don't really like them. But yeah, my favorite game, you know, I like Legend of Zelda games. I like Skyrim. I like all the Elder Scrolls. There's parts that I like and don't like about all of them. I just really like first-person ones, occasionally third-person, like, you know, again, I never remember if it's Horizon Zero Dawn or Zero Dawn Horizon, but stuff like that, yeah, is really cool. Oh, that's referring to the incel guy. I was like, what was horrible? That was a cool looking game. All right. More black women in games, exactly. I don't know if this is RTS. I was talking more about the Warhammer 40k one that they showed. Malefox. Yeah, Ray and NASA should talk about tabletop games because you guys are both really into it. Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn. I can't remember which one it is. Okay, so yeah, that's cool. So far, obviously I'm interested in Elden Ring. I'm interested in this one, Nightingale. I'm really interested in Forspoken. The rest, you know, I maybe play someday, except for the Star Wars. I don't care about Star Wars, and probably not the 40K one. But other than that, so far, pretty interested in most of these. I love video games that I still have time, and I get addicted to stupid ones that have, like, no end, like freaking Ark and Factory Town and stuff. But I love narratives. It's just hard to get immersed in them when I'm having to stop every 5 minutes to change a diaper or make a meal or just can't hear it over the screaming kids. So maybe that's why I get sucked into the pointless ones.
There it is.
Dune.
The biggest death trap in all history.
So was this already in development before the movie came out?
On Caladan, we ruled with air and sea power. Here, we must scrabble for desert power.
Move slowly, and the day of your revenge will come.
This is your inheritance.
Speed is a device of Shaitan.
Thus, there will always be a desert on Arrakis.
Thing that
What is to become of you?
Baron Vladimir Harkonnen
If anything happens to me,
Your enemy was overwhelming.
you'll not be alone.
Yet you rode with him.
We Fremen have a saying. God created Arrakis to
Those are
train.
tiny
To
fingernails.
hold Arrakis, you're faced with decision.
Oh, stubs.
This is my future.
This is my honor.
This is my vengeance.
Okay.
This is my doom.
That sounded a bit corny. Interesting. I had no idea they were coming out with a Dune video game. Obviously, this tells us nothing about what the gameplay is going to be like. I thought it was funny that, you know, the movie came out. I watched it basically as soon as it came out on HBO, and I had to pause it a lot because of the kids, but at least there are subtitles. I loved the new movie that they did. I think they did a much better way of slowly introducing the world and the plot and everything, and there was a lot of like subtle emotion and stuff. I know that they made Jessica apparently a lot more of a central character than she even is in the books, which is really cool because she's not a love interest. She's his mom. Holy shit! Thank you. Thank you for having a female in a movie that's not the fucking love interest of the. Anyway, she's a badass. I really loved it. I thought it was funny that the is it Marvel? The one with the superheroes that like some of them are like older and it has Angelina Jolie and I think Salma Hayek in it and stuff like that. The Eternals, that was it. The Eternals. And like there's all this like, you know, Dune is too deep for you pop culture fans versus like the Eternals fans were like, Dune is too slow and boring and tries to be serious and stuff. It's like, here I am in the corner like, I like both of them. I haven't seen Eternals yet because it still costs money to watch and I'll just wait. But like, why are people so gatekeepy about their hobbies? Why can't you just let people like things? And if you don't like it, great. That doesn't mean that it's shit just because you don't like it. That just always bothers me. Stop to read creepy DMs. What? Oh, because of the Robert talking. It threw me off, yeah. Okay, well, I don't really know anything about this game, and if it's RTS, I don't care, and I don't know, like, honestly, the only way I'd want to play a Dune game is if Jessica's the main character. She's such a badass. I don't care about Timothy or whatever. He's very, like, chosen one, you know, white male. Although I do like that he's sort of conflicted with the gravity of his position, but at the same time wanting to be another Golem game.
They'll find us. They'll see us.
I feel like they make so much content based around Golem because they're like, oh, he's our most popular character. Oh my god. He's like Chibi. What the heck? Yeah. What the heck is that monster design? He looks so weird. This makes me think of Overlord. When did he get the resources to make all this stuff? Of course it's orcs. Can't show him killing any non-sympathetic or any sympathetic people. The Untold Story. Yeah, no. There's too much Gollum stuff. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's an interesting character, but Destiny 2, the Witch Queen. I like Destiny. I haven't played it like 100%, but I enjoy the gameplay.
It can't be.
It is.
Don't know that much about the story, but... Oh, ad coming.
The beginning.
Why are the ads in the middle of the freaking trailers? And why are there so many freaking ads for Grammarly? Some of them like try to shame you for skipping them.
We were in a dream.
Honestly though, the DLC, like, it doesn't really change the gameplay at all.
Wicked thing, the lure.
Yeah, we wanted to find her. Try to gain the upper hand. But she was baiting us.
I just want to play Destiny now. It's kind of an old favorite. I mean, it's not even that old compared to Halo, but...
What happened next?
My ghost brought me back. We kept going. She knew we would.
I like the ghost thing. I still miss Stinklebot though.
I'll never forget it.
I always play as, I can't remember what the classes are called, but the quick one. The quick and dodgy one. Those are just my favorite kind of character to play.
Yeah, just
quick and dodgy. So do they get a new finishing power?
And you're sure? You're absolutely sure it was light? Savathun's illusions can fool the senses.
No. I know what I saw. This is real.
What made you push forward?
We needed to know what that thing was. We couldn't stop.
What has she done?
I honestly don't remember enough of the story to really understand what they're referring to. At first I thought it said Witcher, and I was like, ooh, a Witcher! Oh no, it's Destiny. Yeah, I like Destiny. I just don't really follow the story very much. A lot of it's kind of hokey, but I like the gameplay a lot. Destiny is an example of a game that I don't really care about the gameplay, and there's not really any, you know, characters per se. I do hate the fucking design of the tower though in the second one where you have to run all these different places just to get quests. It's like, just give me a board that I can click on. Don't make me fucking run around every time I go back to the tower. Ugh. But there's a lot of fetch quests in it too, which is annoying, but I like Destiny. I want to play some more now. It's a good game to play with my 5-year-old too because there's no consequence for dying, so. Oh, you let your 5-year-old play Destiny? Like, yeah, it's comic book violence. Like, there's not even blood. It's just like pew pew with a laser. I don't know. Now Call of Duty or not Game of Thrones, but Grand Theft Auto, which my neighbor lets his 6-year-old play, that makes me a little uncomfortable. But anyway, yeah, whatever. Not super interested. I haven't even played through the other Destiny. I think I bought a season pass, but I haven't even like played through all the stuff. So. Pretty looking weapon though. Dokev 5. Rhythm game? Are there any Babylon 5 based games? Not that I've heard. This sticks out so much from all the other games. Oh my god, that looks like, oh, that's already creepy. That looks like the Word Party kids show where it's like little anthropomorphic animals or whatever, but they motion capture it to real people, and so it's like giant heads on bodies, but it's moving around like a regular person, and it's so creepy. I just have to, put that out there. I'm already creeped out. They should have had actual kids do the acting. Makes me want to watch more period dramas. Except they don't have it like bunny ears, they have it a single one. After all the other trailers, I'm waiting for some horrible thing to happen. Special. Speaking of big eyes, small mouth, although their mouths are a little bit big. God, it's so creepy! The motion capture is so creepy! Like, the designs are cute, but as soon as they start moving, I feel ill. There's a character in the background that's like a teenager looking head and body, or face, but like, small body. I'm just confused at the art direction of this. Looks like a Wii game. Catchy music, but... yeah, dance game. Hey, if it gets people exercising. It gives me a rant to go on about in a second about the metaverse. I don't know what's Doki 5 or Dokev. I'm guessing it's Doki 5. So of course, people that don't know how to pronounce Japanese words are going to call it Doke. Except the characters look more Chinese. No, I think it's Korean. I'm not listening close enough. But the one guy was wearing a Korean prince hat, so... and that's a Korean outfit, traditional outfit. Okay, we get the point, Holy shit, this is a long ad. Where's my mouse? I can't find my mouse. There we go. Oh my god, this entire fucking thing is Doki. Okay, I'm sorry. We get the point. Yeah, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. It's definitely in the uncanny valley, so... I want sushi. I always want sushi. I just hate paying, you know, sushi's not really the kind of thing that you can go out with your family with because it's pretty expensive. Until tomorrow morning. Poor you. There's a place that we go to fairly often called Makoto's that has all you can eat sushi, and it's pretty good. And then they also have like orange chicken and rice and tempura vegetables and stuff, so you know, we can just throw that at the kids. And I like going there, although it feels weird eating at a buffet in the middle of COVID, but COVID's never going away, so hard pass on that. Oh, so metaverse. I was positing on Twitter that one of the concerns I have with the metaverse idea is unless there's some kind of like enforcement to exercise, we're gonna have like a crazy high, you know, unhealthy epidemic of just people sitting there in VR forever. And I mean, people do that on the computer already, but there's still like, you know, someone will talk to you and you'll like, look, I don't know. Like, there's not enough exercise as it is, but I feel like if it's too immersive, people are just going to sit there and not move. I watched a video that was someone that stayed in the metaverse for 24 hours and they were talking about like how awkward it is and you know, people don't have legs and stuff and they'll add it later or whatever. And like she even tried to sleep in the headset. I will not adopt, you know, I am very unlikely to adopt VR for quite some years yet, not until the headset is a lot lighter. Because I get headaches from headphones and stuff like that, and I just don't think that I would enjoy it. And you know, it really sucks for people that wear glasses. So I don't know how they're going to fix that. It'd be cool. I could even see like at some point getting to some level of technology where they can like read your eyes and change the screen to like match your eye. I don't know. Who knows? You know, sci-fi. Pacific Northwest sushi and play a tabletop game. Yeah, that'd be fun. Blah. Yeah. So anyway, so I watched that video and she does do this like exercise thing that she said was pretty fun, and like she does the Beat Saber thing or whatever. It was kind of sad because she visited Facebook and like a blog or something like that in VR, but it was literally a VR version of a computer screen and a computer screen. Like, freaking why? That's so dumb. I love when they... Oh, hi. I just had to... I'm watching game trailers and I had to skip through this one because the Uncanny Valley was so strong. It was a dance game with like little chibi people, but they had them moving like big people, and I'm just like watching it. I don't want to see your butt. I see 8 links enough as it is.
Okay. Thirsty. Drink. What do you want? Water?
I'll take
milk,
cider.
Cider. Okay. Sparkling cider, apple cider, hard cider.
Can I have a glass of apple cider and a hard cider?
Okay. Dry cider or the
Whichever
peach
one's open.
raspberry.
I've been drinking the open one, but I don't know if there's any left.
They're both open.
Okay, then I don't care. Peach. Peach. Peach.
Fine.
I don't want you to be a dick.
Fine.
Go away.
Thank you for answering me.
Sorry about our sexless marriage.
Hey, you don't need that.
Referring to the incel comments from earlier. Alright, my headache's not too bad today. It came back really hard yesterday, and I'm guessing stress was a trigger because of the whole YouTube banning yet another fully closed video of mine as nudity because of the haters. The haters love me. Sorry, he didn't shut the door all the way. And I tried to cut down a little bit on the noise. So anyway, yeah, I'm interested in VR, but not enough to spend a lot of money on it until we improve the technology more. We'll get there. I don't know if it's going to take 5 or 10 years, but especially, as the world becomes unlivable because of climate change, people are going to want to escape into VR. Kentucky. Oh yeah, I know. I saw the news reports. Well, I don't want to go a whole other rant, but that's the thing that blows my mind about climate change is so many of the people that vote for Republicans who don't. Thank you. It looks like orange juice. It's so thick.
Yeah, it's the unfiltered.
I know, it's just funny that it looks so dark. Thank you. I appreciate it. Shut the door all the way, please. Thank you. But and I know it's because of disinformation and them watching Fox News and everything like that, but it's like they're being hit the hardest. It's also like the Republican states that refuse to pass any kind of gun control getting the most, mass shootings. It's like, well, clearly the whole assault rifles for everyone thing isn't working out for you, so. Was that for your life upgrade if only I had 1v1 chat? Yeah, I know. Such a nice guy. I still can't get over that. I'm the nicest guy ever, you bitch. How is that? How do you not? Dumb people. Hi, Gut. I was talking about you to, who was it I was talking to? Was it NASA? We were talking about motorcycles. Yeah, I think it was NASA. And he was saying he didn't know anyone in the motorcycle community. I was like, well, Gut's in the motorcycle community. Alright. So we're reacting to game trailers. I just skipped through the end of this really creepy one. That's I think a dance game, but they fit the animations like a real regular person to these chibi people. It is very creepy, and I was just like, okay. And it's a really long ad. Look at the length of all these other ads, and then this one is so far the games that I'm actually interested in, Elden Ring, obviously. The next Hellblade game. There was one called Nightingale that looked interesting. That was the people were all dressed up in, I want to say Victorian England style, not Victorian. What's the name of the current one? Elizabethan. No, I can't remember the name of that period. I'm so bad at naming periods in history. But anyway, sort of almost steampunk, but without the gears. And they were it was a little bit sci-fi, a little bit fantasy with kind of cool monster designs. The one I'm really interested in is Forspoken, which is the one where it's the black girl from the New York that gets transported to this kind of generic fantasy world. And like I was saying, the story sounds a bit cliche, but hopefully having this girl from America in this other world at least somewhat changes what happens. And just the gameplay looks really fun too, so that's why I really want that one. Those were the only ones that I was really into. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Well, I really liked. I liked the first Hellblade. There were a couple places where I got kind of lost, but I loved the. I love the fact that it was an attempt at representing how schizophrenia would feel. And where you can't really tell what's real or not. And you piece together very slowly what happened to her lover. And they give you tidbits of what's going on instead of just explaining everything to you all at once. So I like that. See how creepy this is? So fucking no. Just big old nope. What the heck? Okay, Dying Light 2. I've been seeing a lot of ads for Dying Light DLC and stuff, so... So this is by the same people that did Mirror's Edge, right? Techland. Aw. Nope, you're dead. Aw. It's like the beginning of Resident Evil where he's trying to save the girl and then the girl dies. He's like, why does everyone die around me? This is good meat though. His head wasn't matching his body. Yep. Mirror's Edge. Oh, Dead Island. Well, obviously they did Dying Light. It's Dying Light 2. I don't know, the running around part looks like Mirror's Edge, but I guess they could have just stolen the technology. Did you guys hear? Is that UV lighting? So they're more like vampires than zombies? I would have closed your eyes before you went through. That poor kid looks so like traumatized. Ugh. And zombie. Aww.
Hey, you know what's better than a $5,000 PC? What? A $5,000 PC that costs $0. It's time.
Shush. Kind of cool. I haven't played that much of Dying Light 1. I think I started Let's playing it during a live stream. Actually, yeah, that was while I was starting to do, you know, topless live streams before Plexstorm died. So it'd be fun to go back to that. God, there's so many games I want to Let's play in so little time. Plus, I want to do the drawing and everything like that. Inspired by Mirror's Edge. But they don't like... Oh, yeah, I remember a little bit about that from playing the first one. I love video games. I really love video games, but I don't have time to play them all the time. I'm so sad. I just want to play games all the day. Instead, I go back to games that are super broken, like Ancestors, for some reason. It's because there's so slim pickings for, like, non-human, straight-up human characters to play. And even, like, when you get to play, like, you know, fantasy creatures or whatever, they're still basically human. They don't act different. I still remember before Inquisition came out how excited I was to be able to play, I can't remember what they're called, the big horned guys from Dragon Age. And I love how, like, they're not allowed to be mages. They, like, get their mouths sewn shut or something if they're mages. I don't know, it's been a long time since I played. I still haven't played that much of Inquisition. I don't know why. I played one, you know, I played Origins, I played 2. And then I just didn't care about Inquisition. I had a really hard time getting through it. But yeah, I know, Plexstorm. God, fucking I've seen you know, sex worker Let's Players using a couple other ones. And I could look into them. I don't like having to use a porn site just to be topless. It's so frustrating. I'd rather just, you know, because then I'm still dealing with the whole being banned shit. Like, gaming, I want gaming to be like this where I could just do it. I don't have to fight to be not cut off, you know, every time I make it, which, you know, as always, violent video games fine.
When I think of the
Suicide
Justice
Squad.
League, I think of Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern.
I still haven't seen the new one.
With that lot. But you, Barry.
His voice doesn't match his body.
Mascot, aren't you, mate? The loser of the league, folks. The fastest man alive. It's the Flash.
Flash
That
is
was like
alive,
Mass Effect.
and he's playing for Team Brainiac.
I gave you orders. Kill the Flash, or I'll kill you myself.
Is that her? She looks so different.
Nothing can stop me!
She doesn't have any power. She's just crazy.
Did you get him? Really? Why don't you just mail me the bullet?
Why is he veiny?
I'm the eye in the sky.
I've only seen like 2 episodes of the show.
Pulverize.
Had.
Who else needs a basket?
What is the thing attached to? That's a weird voice for her.
Oh yeah.
It kind of makes me think of Guardians of the Galaxy, how like the designs are so different from the movie. Which seems to be happening more now. Holy shit. Okay. That was weird. That looks fun, those kind of powers. So, I wonder if you get to play as whoever you want, whenever you want, or if it's mission-based. His little face is so small compared to the rest of his body. So why is the Flash bad now? That could be fun. Oh, this is the last one. So that's pretty cool. I don't really have strong opinions about superhero games. I haven't really played any that I really loved. I played the original Arkham Asylum a long time ago and I got through it. I just didn't really like crazy love it. I don't know why. They haven't really grabbed me. It's funny though, like this and Avengers and stuff, where they'll have like actual superheroes with actual powers versus, you know, with like just regular people that are like good at shooting arrows or something. And I'm just like, how does Thor, how is Hawkeye useful to Thor? Like, it's just silly to me. Attached to a drone. No, Suicide Squad is bad. Yeah, I know. I've always heard the first one is terrible, but I thought the one that just came out has better reviews. I don't know. I need a good moderation system. Oh yeah. The only thing being back Pet Storm is the pet cemetery. What? They hate Laveri. My power is adrenaline and painkillers. I mean, yeah. Well, it's like I like certain things where, you know, like Stranger Things, where she has the powers, but after she uses the powers, her like nose is bleeding or something, like some kind of counteraction. I mean, that's why I don't like Superman, because it's like, yeah, there's kryptonite, you can stop him, and then some magically there's kryptonite everywhere. But like, it's such a lame. It's just boring if they're like powerful with no cutback, you know? I mean, I guess technically Thor doesn't really have a cutback either, but I don't know. I like superhero stuff, but I'm picky about it. I don't like the Golden Age one. I think those are boring and stuff like that. I like antiheroes. I like Loki. I admit it. I was watching a Lindsay Ellis video where she was talking about narcissism, and she was identifying if Loki is considered a narcissist or not. And she was saying, like, basically in the movies, yeah, he is, but in the show, he like instantly like admits his faults and everything like that, so he doesn't behave like a narcissist. And I kind of like, I actually kind of agree that he almost, I don't want to say he got soft, but he just wasn't really fun in the show anymore. And I'm still really weirded out at him falling in love with a clone of himself. I mean, not a clone, but, you know, parallel version. Like, just because it's a girl, he has to fall. Like, I'd rather him be like, if anyone in the Marvel, you know, Avengers lineup would be gay, I think it would be Loki. And not even gay, but just like pansexual, you know. I mean, why not? You know, you live around for a long time. Unprecedented, probably not in this game. Oh my gosh, why are the kids freaking out? Not being worthy. Well, yeah, like when he couldn't pick the hammer up anymore. I mean, that kind of sucked. You like get used to the hammer, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, you don't deserve it anymore. Oh, Pet Cemetery is a step. No, I know what Pet Cemetery is. Oh, so you're making a joke about if Plexstorm comes back, it'll be evil. All right, so that's those. Let's see if there's any new ones. This has a playlist. Stop! I just wanted to see what's in the playlist. Oh my god. I don't know what Agent is freaking out about. Let's see. Warhammer Arc Raiders. What is Arc Raiders? I don't know why Agent is freaking out. Let me see if I can watch the
Riders Republic right now.
The game.
Okay, so this is going to be a talking one. Yeah. Are there any other game trailers I should look up? Let's see. Best game trailers, game awards. Is he hurt? I don't know. I'm not sure why he's scream crying. Sorry, I just want to make sure he thwart my. No, it's not about Felipe. By Felipe is a term or whatever you want to say for when a guy is like hitting on a woman and she says no, and so he like flips out and is like, "You ugly bitch," blah blah blah. Like there's a Instagram account for it and everything. Although I don't like it because she took the screenshots and stuff and made a book out of it and like didn't give any money, and I don't even know if she gave a tributation to the people whose things she took, and she didn't talk about doing a book when she first started the thing, so she just like took them and put them in a book and made money off the book, which I'm just like, all you're doing is posting screenshots of other people's situations. You don't deserve money for that. I did send her a message saying that I would love to interview her, but I probably won't get a response. But under new management, yeah, probably. All right. So, whoa, that was a sexy ad that just played. Okay, good. Here we go. Lost Ark. I think I saw this trailer before. But let's watch it again now. Ugh, why is it not loading? I don't know. My quality. There we go.
But this world, this Arcadia.
Yeah, Plexstorm was too good to be true. Ooh, dragon! I like dragon. What did you think of Kingdom of Amalur? The animations are too, like, jerky.
Once again, the Chaos Gates have burst open. The demon legions of Kazaros blot out the sun.
Yep, MMO.
Do not give in.
I could tell it's gonna be MMO from the beginning.
There is still one chance.
Very Black Desert Online.
Find the Ark before all is
Wrong Ark! I'm not really an MMO fan. It's pretty, but... Alright, so let's see. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, we know what Final Fantasy is. Slitterhead, Nightingale. Oh, do you want to see the Nightingale trailer, Gut? Since you weren't here before, that was one of the ones I was interested in. You don't pay much attention. Well, as long as you don't decide to, like, flip the fuck out at me because I didn't want to do a 1v1 chat with you, then I think we're fine. I think being aware that that kind of behavior is insane is the first step to not being like that. Elden Ring's Pot Boy? What the fuck? No worries? Okay. Saints Row? Are they rebooting it? Why would you drink Red Bull just to play a video game? Is there another Outer Worlds coming? I mean, I never finished the first one, but there's a lot of games I like, and I just never finished them because there's just so many games out there. Loud. Like, I want to play the Far Cry ones too. I really like Saints Row 3. I never really got into the other ones.
We're really good at what we do.
It's funny that Saints Row became this like kind of goofy spin on Grand Theft Auto, but it's the only one that had main female characters. He had the really big guy, and one of his missions was destroying all the little cars because he was mad at them because he couldn't fit in them. Again, this is fun to show on Twitch. But God forbid a female nipple.
Fuck you.
What? There's a flame? Taco costume. Of course, one of the few games where you got to be a non-human turned out to be made by a guy that supports the Vigilante Texas portion, man. It'll be fun. I'm not a huge Saint Row fan. I just really I enjoy the third one. Oh. Yeah, they're still uploading online downstairs. Sorry, I don't know why I'm typing. I don't overcaffeinate to play games. I overcaffeinate before I do my live streams, usually, because I want to be entertaining. I don't know if I necessarily am more entertaining, but Somerville. I don't think I saw that one. One of your standout games. Oh my god, I don't have to watch an ad before an ad this time? Interesting aesthetic. What? What am I watching right now? Is it by Limbo? Not what I would have imagined with a name like Somerville. Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, I don't really know about that. I don't know what to think about that. I kind of got Limbo-ish vibes, like side scroller kind of thing, but the number of worries there is none. That's kind of a funny sentence. Let's see. Chia. Yeah, my character was like super pink and my weapon was a giant pink dildo. And I remember there was like the episode where you're at like the sex club and you break out and you're using the cart that's like the gimp is driving. Like, it's so weird. Chia. Oh, here's like a cutesy one. Yeah, almost all of the trailers except for that one in the other collection were all like not, you know, hardcore. God, that's loud. Oh, that's an ad for something else. Isn't it? Yeah. That's something else. Fantasy Star Online, my goodness. Pre-alpha footage. Oh, that's so cute. This is a Native American one? Looks like Raft. Very smoothly done. Kind of reminds me of Drake's Hollow too, which was fun, but like Matthew and I ran out of stuff to do very quickly on it. Whoa! The music's so peaceful. Holy cow, it's a lot of coconut. Kind of Wind Waker-ish vibes too. You can turn into a bird? And of course the clothes come with you. Did she just kill someone? What the heck was that? Oh, they are bad guys. She's like killing bad guys all of a sudden. Did not expect that. Okay, so there are other people. Interesting. By New Caledonia. Or Caledonia. Aww. Interesting. Now, the real question is it multiplayer? Because I feel like a game like that would mainly be fun if it was multiplayer, but... A Plague Tale Requiem. I never played the first one. I was interested in it, but then I read a lot of reviews that said it's very, like, repetitive and just kind of a walking simulator. Among Us VR. I'm just... What? Why? I find Among Us very boring. I tried it a couple of times. Okay, so that's what they mean. I don't know. I just don't. I guess if you're like a famous streamer with like really enthusiastic people to play with, it's more fun. But if you're a lonely nobody like me, if Reme is home, go in the kitchen. Look out the window. You just showed up. Why? Was he gonna say something if you were out there or something? Have a nice death. I was gonna say Hollow Knight. I need to finish that game. God, so many games I never finished. No, actually, that makes me think of Grim Fandango.
Ah, good morning, Death. What a lovely
definitely
day to
more
be
like Grim
alive,
Fandango.
won't you say? Ready for another busy week in the afterlife? Oh, busy may have been an understatement. Evidently, your sorrows have been working overtime. Oh my, really? Wow, that is truly unprofessional. Now, Death, we talked about this.
That kind of makes me think of,
temper
oh, what is that Adult Swim show about the demons? I can't remember what it's called. They're all like, they're in cubicles, but they have like red face paint.
You know what they say. If you want things done right, it's best to do them yourself.
That looks like Hollow Knight. It looks fun. I like anything with like a fast dodge kind of thing in it. Games that don't have dodges or that have really cumbersome dodges are hard for me. I like ones where I can get out of the way. Oh, this one looks fun! This kind of... Okay. Melee side-scrollers I like. It's ones where you shoot a gun that I find very awkward. Let me revise my earlier statement. That one looks fun. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Rumbleverse sounds like a thing for... I don't care. Babylon's Fall. What? No. Oh, I didn't even realize that they had it. I could just scroll down. Yeah. Nightingale looks interesting. The Golem one looks terrible. Actually, this kind of reminds me of... Oh, what? It was this one that I just stumbled onto that there's like this triangle that you like hear radio waves through. Oxenfree. That's what it's called. Oxenfree. That's what this one reminds me of. At least art style wise. It's sort of mysterious, whatever. I guess I'll watch this. I mean, I liked the other one, but I'm still hungry. Fat shark. I thought that said fetus shark for a second. So there's Warhammer, there's Warhammer 40k. That's so confusing.
Drowns in corruption. Your empire is aflame with heresy. The faithful
heresy
and the wicked multiply.
Marriage. Beautiful marriage. I don't know why that reminds me of that guy.
Blessed Sigma, lend me your strength. Grant me.
Wow, his voice does not match.
To smite the heretic, to bring hope when hope is lost.
Poke someone's out with that nose. She's so smooth. She's like whoosh whoosh. It's like the in Matrix when he's like battling the guy away. Oh my god, his voice is so nerdy. I will smite you.
To stand tall against the flames.
Oh yeah, no, it's no fun by yourself.
To drive back the shadow.
Okay, I don't really care. His voice is silly. Suicide Squad, Forspoken, Warhammer, Saints Rogues. Reminds us it still exists. That's funny. Tiny Tina, I don't really care. I've heard that it's like sort of more fantasy. Fine, I'll watch it.
There is a world beyond the borderlands.
I'm Borderlands out.
A world forged by wonder and ruled by fate.
Bumpers and badasses.
There's one alone who can wield fate. One alone whose story is in their own hands. The Fate Maker.
Question mark.
That's you. Heavy, right?
The Fate Maker. Okay, but it's still guns.
You seek passage. I can aid you.
I am Valentine, gallant
I feel like
adventurer.
they ratcheted up
one is Fred.
The line thickness.
Beneath our blades.
I'm sensing some real evil vibes this way. Now follow me.
It looks like
beautiful body indeed.
They're fantasy versions.
Full of power. I'm invincible.
Looking bad. How do we win this?
I like him.
We attack together for the queen.
You'll never get the Sword of Souls, cutie idiot! You want to fight? I'll give you a fight!
That's a big boy! That's a big, big boy!
Sisters, I believe we have found our champion.
Oh, listen to me, lip-flapping while you could be off adventuring.
Tina, you left a cheese curl on the board.
Mayhaps it is a powerful ancient meteor, and it begins to rise from the ground.
This isn't a blessing. It's a blasting!
Now that's Rock of Ages-ish.
Hold on, what game are we playing here?
We're playing Bunkers and Badasses, baby!
We need more calcium out here!
Hey, another black woman! Play Spot the Black Woman! for Emrich, because he said he won't play Genshin because he couldn't make a black character. Don't you need more night music video nightmare fuel? I'm so glad that they that I'm not the only one pointing out that it's really creepy. Nightmare fuel for Ed, where you don't listen to Dogu's trailer song before bed. I reckon I'm not bad at winning. Ah, what? I need to pay to read that? Fuck that. Don't care about that. Looks gorgeous. The Plague Tale. Oh, fine. Fine. Whoops. Watch this next gen thing. Torg, yeah. It is a new Borderlands. It's by the same people.
Starry sky.
It's just a fantasy world.
Dig the grave and let me lie.
They're talking about the HD, but it's not loading for me, so it looks all blurry.
Amicia, come.
Hugo, I'm right behind you.
Glad did I live.
There we go.
And gladly die. And I laid me down with a will.
Impossible.
This be the verse you grave for me.
That is a lot of rats.
You've seen worse than this.
Here he lies, where he longed to be.
Yeah, basically
Is the sailor
an entire game length of an escort quest.
home from the hill?
If my character can at least like hide, and I don't have to like physically pick them up and put them in safety, it's okay. But or even better if they help you.
Lucas. I feel my mind going. I know. Think of your brother.
Female main protagonist, and she's taking care of her family.
Oh no. What have you done?
So there are monsters. I thought it was all about... Oh, I didn't know that it was a fantasy. That's a pretty picture. I mean, it's interesting to me, but... What? I want to click on that, but I'm streaming. House Ben Vieto. Yes! I said I was going to watch some ads first. I don't care about that. Halo TV series. What? There's a TV series? It's Paramount Plus. More ads for some MMO. Ooh, it's pretty. Oh, so is it going to be a CGI one? I mean, it looks better as a CGI one.
You're special.
The chosen one.
In fact,
are they going to talk about how he... Oh, no, it's not CGI. I mean, obviously this stuff is CGI.
We're lost in the dark. But you...
I love Halo. People who say Halo have no story are just idiots. Black man! So far we've had a black person in like almost every trailer. That's cool.
I see this.
Only one with the main character is a... Oh, there's an Asian guy
As a new beginning.
Don't show his face! Oh, that music gets me every time. That Halo actually got made. Cortana. Yeah, I know the whole... Well, Cortana's probably not in it. Didn't she turn into a bad guy? Okay, I'm getting a little tired of watching ads. Oh, it's so cute. Homeworld 3. Core doesn't look pretty. Real-time strategy. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Thirsty Suitors. That sounds kind of cool. Oh, Falcon Age. I got like halfway through. Age restricted? What? Oh, the expand. Oh, that's cool. Interesting. Babylon's Fall. That one doesn't work. Evil West. We watched that one. Planet of Lana. Didn't get one. Ooh, it's The Last Guardian composer. Here, let's at least see what the picture looks like. Oh, kind of cutesy. Persona. Alright, cool. So yeah, we saw most of them. I mean, yeah. Something to look for. Yeah, we saw most of them. I wasn't expecting that. Alright, so... Okay, it's 5:30. I will play the baby monster rich if you're actually going to be here to watch it. Because if you leave in the middle of me playing that, I ain't playing the rest of the game, okay? I don't want to be scared. I don't like to be scared. God, fine. I'll make my way through the horrible baby mutant. Ugh. Resident Evil Village. Good. Better not leave. I think I need to make a new profile for the mouse. I had to reinstall. Oh no, it did. It saved it. Okay, good. I guess it was just on the other system. Okay. Here we go. Buckle up, Buttercup. Spreaker. What? Oh. Cool. I'll check it out sometime when I'm not streaming. Yeah, supposedly the new Halo, what is it, universe or something like that, the one that just came out. I was reading a review of it and they were saying that like they took the interesting story of 5 and just like skipped ahead and they didn't cover it, which was really annoying apparently. I played 4. I think 4 is the last one that I actually beat. I just kind of lost interest. I didn't lose interest, I just got distracted by other games. Alright. I'm gonna load my game. I'm gonna watch a tutorial on how to deal with the baby thing. Bienvenido. Bienvento. Beneviento. There we go. I know words. Oh, what? It didn't save me inside of a fuck. It didn't save me inside of the thing! Don't want to play. Okay, we're gonna say Resident Evil Village Baby Monster tutorial. We're gonna watch how to get through this. How to speed run. How to escape baby monster. Baby monster.
So you want EVs? You have come to the right place.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play. You promise this is the only time you have to fight against a like scary mutant thing? Yes, I am looking at a tutorial because I want to get through this fucking part as fast as possible. How quickly can they run? Can they run up to you? I don't want to play. 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 Can you outrun it? Or will it hurry up? So it comes out to see you. Is this an actual tutorial? So you get it to follow you. And you run around through it behind it. You don't want love! Run through the elevator. Do I have the breaker box key yet? Leave of a child. Fuck! I don't know how I'm gonna get through this! I don't know how I'm gonna get through this! I don't know how I'm going to get through this! It doesn't pause when you're in a... Hey! Emrich! Can you call in? Can you call in and tell me what to do while I'm fighting this guy? That'll make me feel better. Tell me yes. If not you, then somebody call in and just make me feel better. I feel so alone. I'm not even paying attention. Let's look up. It doesn't have to be a video. Let's just look up Baby Monster Guide. You'll be faced with some of the most grotesque villains in the game. The baby blob monster has no way to defeat the planet monster directly by shot and run away. It's a good idea to take a look at your map so you know the route you want to do before you start going back through the dark. Your aim is to get to the breaker box by the elevator. Run through the doll workshop and go through the silver key door. Yeah, it's not making sense to me. Crouch down and crawl. Okay. Aim is to get to the breaker box. Run through the doll workshop and go through the silver key door, which I don't remember which one that was because I haven't played in 3 weeks. Then through the white door and down the hall to the hole in the wall. Crouch down and crawl into the hole and make your way to the breaker box. Unlock it and retrieve the relief of a child item. So can it follow me through the hole? I would assume not. But then am I trapped? Power is still out. You'll need a fuse to restore it. Head to the door. Emblem of a mother, and you'll see a spot where you can place the relief of the child. The door will open. Go down the stairs. Get infused and hiding from the Resident Evil Village baby monster. Head into the back bedroom and grab the fuse. This will knock out the power. To the right of the breaker box, you see a camera open up as you hide there a moment. Return from where you came and head back up the stairs. The baby monster will appear once again. This time you'll be able to hide. I mean, I already hid from it once. Okay, I just set an escape. Good. Let me jump over there. Okay, blur, where is it? There we go. Okay. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Ah, yeah, but it's coming out of the wrong thing, so let me change that. Okay, output device speaker, voice activity. Okay. So I don't know if other people can hear you, but I'm gonna share. How do I go to? I have to remember how to share. I think I start a chat with you. And then
possibly
start video call. And then instead of camera, let's see, turn off. And then share my screen. Resident Evil Village.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I was turning on the stream. Okay. Are you watching the screen in Discord? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I am not happy. I am not looking forward to this. Okay. Whew. All right. You ready to tell me what to do? No intentionally scaring me. I am having a hard enough time getting through this as it is. Okay, here we go, everybody. Here we go.
Alright, so what's in your inventory right now? Oh, you didn't actually go in the chest in the well yet?
Well, when I saved, I was inside a hiding thing inside the room that had the sink in it. Right. And it didn't save that. So I don't know if I've triggered the baby yet. So I got breaker box. Sorry, go ahead.
So if you can leave, not go to the door that you're standing in front of, but if you can leave the all together.
I don't know why I'm so scared. I'm gonna sing to myself. La 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 la. Over here. La 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 la.
Yeah. So just run towards the breaker box. He's gonna come around the corner, and then you're just gonna turn right back around.
It's over there. Yes. Go hide in the room.
Yeah, go to the room on your left, and then hide in that closet.
Yeah, see, this is where I exited out, is when he was coming. And I was just like, nope. So as long as I'm hidden in here, he won't see me?
Right.
Okay. Because I know in Evil Within, like, it only works for a little bit and then they see you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so once he leaves the room...
Let me turn it down a little bit. Honestly, the BGM is really loud too. Sound effect, I guess. There we go. Okay, sorry. I was like deafened by the baby right now.
Yeah. So once he leaves that room, you can go through that white door that's on the right and circle around because there's pretty much only one way you can go.
And it doesn't matter if I'm walking or running, like he can still hear me?
Well, it doesn't work like Mr. X where he just kind of
Okay.
like follows you the whole time.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that like this whole sequence is more scripted than anything else.
Okay. So after I go through the white door, what do I do?
You just follow it around. I'll tell you once you're through there. I mean, he can't follow you through there.
No, you can't follow me through the white door?
I mean, you have to wait till he's gone anyway, so...
Yeah. So he can only go from that hallway into this room?
I mean, there's other places he's going to follow you, but, I mean, like, you don't have to worry about him, like, breaking.
How far away should he be when I go? Now?
You're safe.
This way?
So take a left, cause you... Yeah. And then go back, through that hole right there.
Can he come in the hole?
No. So, like, this is actually a pretty safe spot, except for you're never really going to be back in here again. Now, for future reference, turn to your left. That hiding spot right there, you're going to need that later. So remember that.
For a different guy?
No, for the same baby, just not right now. So you're going to go back out that door.
Which hiding spot?
Turn left. No. Out. Turn to your right. Like back towards the record player and then turn left. You're basically behind the desk that's in the corner back there. So like crouch. Yeah, crouch by that desk. Right. So like you'll need this hiding spot right here later.
This is a hiding spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It feels really exposed, but it's a hiding spot.
How long is this section?
I mean, it's that you're about to be halfway done. Like once you get the breaker box key, there's an item in there, and then you're basically only hiding from it like twice.
You better fucking appreciate that I'm playing this game, because I do not like being scared.
I thought you wanted to play like a Silent Hill-esque.
I like the other parts, but this part is scary. Okay, so what am I doing now? Going through that other
Going out the white door. Yeah.
When is he gonna find me again?
And then the breaker box is right there.
And as soon as I grab it, I do what?
Go back in that room you just came out of.
Run. And hide
Then
behind
you're
the
gonna
desk?
go. No, go in the other room. Like the doll hallway back through the tiny hole.
Mm-hmm.
But the baby might be crawling in that section, so just like don't rush out of the hole. Just wait a second once you get there.
How do I know which way he's going?
I mean, like if he isn't right there, then it's fine. So it goes in that door you're about to come to.
Does he come from the right or the left?
Nowhere right now.
This one?
Yep. Alright, so you're gonna go through this section, There's no baby in this section until like you pick up the fuse. So you're safe. There's also nothing else to like pick up at all.
Okay.
So just go in the bedroom, pick up the fuse, and then you're gonna leave.
This same way?
Then, yeah.
So where's the baby gonna show up?
So when you go back out through the kitchen
Mhm.
and like go back up the little short flight of stairs to try to leave, that's when he's gonna come back.
Okay.
So what
And
you're
that's-
gonna want to do is then come back the same way again, and then like hide either under the bed or in the closet.
Okay, so grab the fuse, turn around, go back through the kitchen. He's gonna start coming down. Turn around, run back here, and then hide under the bed.
Yeah, you can either hide under the bed or in that the closet thing in the back wall.
Oh, is that the second time that I hide, or you said I have to hide 3 times?
So after he runs away this time, you're mostly safe, and then there's gonna be that last time.
Behind the desk. Okay.
Yeah.
I love you, baby. I can't see shit. I love you, baby. I don't want to play this. I love you, baby. I'm gonna get through this fucking spot. Oh, pretty baby. La da 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 da. Pretty baby. Is he there yet? Ha 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 ha. Let me love you, baby. Let me love you. La da la da la da la 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 da la da. La da la 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 da la da la da la. Fucking give me the thing, thank you. Am I safe?
Yep.
Little tiny shoes. Am I far enough under the bed?
Yeah, you're fine.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Bam bam, fuck this special part. I don't wanna play. Go the fuck away, hurry up, please. You sure he's not gonna grab my legs and pull me out?
Nah, I usually hide under the bed.
It'll hear me singing. Oh, I am not pretending to be scared right now. I really feel this way. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so after he goes out, then what?
Then you just leave the same way you were going to.
Up the stairs?
Yep.
And then when does he appear again?
When you put the fuse back in and call the elevator.
Okay. He's mad. He's like, damn it, where did my daddy go? I wanted a hug.
So I'm only like 75% sure you can just wait by the elevator instead of like trying to hide from him. But I know the first time I played it, I freaked out and hid like behind that desk I showed you. So
Let's see what the thing
it's up to you.
says. Let's see what the tutorial says.
I mean, hiding is the safe option. You can definitely do that.
How much do you have to redo if you die?
From this spot.
From being under the bed?
Yeah. So I probably would just hide, just to be safe.
Oh, okay, after I put the fuse in.
Yeah.
Damn, he hustled. So I can go back up.
Yep. And then if you have to go the long way though, because bookshelf there.
Huh? Oh. So...
Yeah, you're safe until you go put the fuse in.
Yeah, so when I go back, let me... Is this where it is?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to pass past the door on the way. So
I'm trying to plan my route before I put it in.
no, I mean like it's the door's right by the elevator is what I'm saying. Like that room
Oh.
right by the elevator.
So where does the baby appear?
He comes from like back this way.
So
I mean like there you can go ahead and put the fuse in because like the only door you'll be able to get to is the one right by the elevator.
Oh, okay. Do I have to trigger
Yeah.
him to get to me?
Yeah.
So I have to start going down the hallway and then come back?
No, you have to put the fuse in before he appears.
Okay, so put the fuse in, turn around, run around, hide behind the desk.
Yep.
Fucking hell, here we go. Alright. And then down. I don't actually hit anything, I just...
No, well, you'll have to hit the elevator button. It's just as soon as you put the fuse in, he comes. So that's why, like, I freaked out and hid the first time.
Oh, so I should have hit the button first?
You could have, like, hitting the elevator button
He's
is going to trigger
coming.
the... Yeah, he is. You're fine.
Which way does he go?
He goes right back out that door because that bookshelf is back in place now, so you can't. The only way in and out of that room is that one door.
Okay, but like looking at the map, does he go down this hallway?
Yeah, because that's pretty much the only way he can go.
Okay, so we wait till he
'Cause the
leaves the
elevator-
room, run out, hit the
Yeah,
button, come back to my spot here.
No, once you hit the button, you just wait by the elevator.
Are you sure? Okay.
I mean, it seems like it's not gonna work, but like that's probably the scariest part is like waiting by that elevator.
As you hear him.
Yeah.
And this is the only time you have to deal with him?
Yeah.
And there's no more creepy baby monsters after this.
No more creepy babies.
When should I go? I can still hear him. Will I just hear him the whole time, or?
So in my ears, it's like sounds as loud, but
Yeah.
like you're supposed to be able to like judge the distance.
I mean, it still sounds pretty much as loud.
Yeah. I mean, you can go hit the button now though. Cause he's definitely down the hall.
Okay. Why should I not hide?
No, the elevator button.
Go, 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 go. How the fuck? I hit it! Oh, fuck, 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 please tell me that was it.
Yeah, that's it. No more creepy baby.
Never? I don't have to set fire to it later or anything?
Nope.
And if I die now, I won't have to redo all that?
If you die now, you just get to start from here.
Oh my god, that was really hard. So what comes next?
Puppets.
Okay, that try to kill me? Do I shoot him or something?
You still don't have a gun.
Oh, okay, so I just have to run away.
No, you have to play hide and seek.
Oh. What do the puppets look like?
You'll see.
Okay, if I die, I'm just gonna go play something fun. Tell me where to go, tell me where to go. Tell me exactly where to go.
I mean, it's just... So this part, I can't really tell you what to do because it's random.
Oh.
Yeah. But I can tell you the very first hiding spot is going to be upstairs.
Okay. Let's see. I just want to see what it says. Okay. So it doesn't tell me what's next after that. Let's see.
Nope, because you're done with the baby.
No, I know. Village doll tutorial, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of a tutorial they can do because the hiding spots are random.
All you have to do is find her 3 times.
Yeah.
It's from Lauren Scott Richardson.
Hi.
Okay. Yep. I
Oh,
have to get this.
Sorry, go
Well,
ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, let's see. You're never gonna get out here. Oh, it's just her? She's not scary. She's cute! She's like something Wednesday Addams would have. Alright. So remind me, after the end of this live stream, to cut that section out. Because, I don't know. I need to, like, milk it for views. Because, fuck, that was scary. That was unnerving. Oh, okay. Alright. Resident Evil Village has quite a few boss battles. None of them are quite as unique as Doll Boss. Huge change of pace. We're finding the doll somewhere in the house, but the house is filled with dolls. Make a deadly game of hide and seek. Only have to find her a few times to win. All you have to do is find her 3 times before I'm inside. If she's adults will attack. You need an easy spot among the crowd because of her white dress, and she also hides in the same few spots every time, so she also leaves hints for you to follow like bloodstains. She makes noises and give her position away. Here's where to find her. So, first hiding spot is upstairs in the guest room. You start the boss battle in the living room, so head to the foyer from there and climb the stairs to reach the 2nd floor. Okay, so let's look at our map. Everyone good? Stream good before I get moving? Okay, so does it pause when I'm in the map? I couldn't tell. Does Resident Evil pause on map? Did not pause, but in Village the game will pause whenever your map or inventory is open. Really? Because I was in the room with the merchant and cat walking. I was in by Ray. The room in the mansion with the merchant, and all of a sudden he started talking while I was in the inventory. Makes the game way less tense. Good! Okay, so according to this, I can actually have my map open. Oops. No, that's not what I want. There we go. Okay, so, wrong button. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go to living room. So do I have to turn around to go to the foyer? Let's see. Is the upstairs, you start the boss battle, head into the foyer from there, and climb the stairs to reach the 2nd floor. Guest room is only this room, and you will be sitting on the floor in the back left corner. Okay. Alright, let's do it! Let's go! Let's go, my heroes! Hello, how are you? Good day, Andy. Heard you wanted a party? Well, here I am. Let's find you out.
Don't leave. I can't let you.
So there's actually a tutorial on how to do this?
Yeah. Oh, they're so cute! Oh, what a fun death.
I think we have different definitions of fun.
Alright, so up the stairs we go. Let's go upstairs. We're gonna find my beautiful baby girl. I wanna take her home with me. I'm gonna read her stories. Oops, where is she?
Turn around.
Oh.
In the room. Yep.
There she is. Boop! Tickle, 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 tickle. Ow. Alright.
Fucking monster.
Ow. Okay. Let's go back to the tutorial. Alright. We'll be sitting on the floor. Keep an eye out for her white dress. Once you find her, walk up and interact with her. And second spot is in the living room. Head back downstairs, foyer, turn left. Follow the bloodstains on the walls. Through the hallway. And continue past the elevator. You'll eventually circle back around to the living room. Okay, so go downstairs. Keep going. What? Okay, I don't know. You're there, right? You'll tell me?
I mean, like, it's basically just run around until you find her. You just have to be really fast because, you know, dolls will kill you.
Okay. Down we go. Down we go. We're gonna find her. Hey, angel girl. I love to tell you a story about me and my friends. There was the blood stain in the elevator. Do I keep
Turn
going?
around.
Oh.
Just to make sure she's not on the floor back there, because sometimes she is. Okay, yeah, keep going.
I'm gonna go on, keep on looking for her. There's a blood stain, and we're back in here. And she
On your
is...
left.
Ah, there she is. Do I get a reset of time between each scene, or...
I think it resets.
You do this to Rose too.
Yep! Only way to potty train her. Alright.
So I would check by the elevator, because that's normally where I found her on my third one.
Floor.
I've actually never found her in that spot. You
It
just found
says
her.
at this point, sitting on the floor by the window can also appear in different stages. You should be able to spot her easily if she's not in the same spot.
BRB.
Angie's third hiding spot is easy to find while she's in the foyer in front of a blocked off door. It's well lit and well, so she's down on her thumb. Okay, so back to the foyer. Is this the foyer? Oh. Oh, what? I'm in the foyer. Where in the foyer? What? Where are there no other dolls? She in front of the blocked off door. Where is the blocked off door? If I can't find it, check in front of the elevator. So where is the elevator? There she is. Yeah, bitch!
You're never going to get out of here.
Yeah.
Stupid idiot! What are you doing to my cute friends?
Stab her! Oh, that was easy. I'm still so on edge from the baby. Ew. Creepy.
It's over.
But how did all my weapons disappear in the first place? Ah!
We'll make things right.
It's the fetus. So did she make the fetus monster baby?
Good. I need to get out of this place.
Combined with the following key. Okay.
So that's who was behind all this?
Okay, I'm back. To answer your question, though, she didn't necessarily make the fetus baby. It was all just like a big hallucination.
Uh-huh. Well, it worked on me. Can I zoom in? Okay, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, so the whole you not having your guns in the house and everything was all just kind of like her mind control.
All a dream.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, good, cool. Can we see a merchant now? Legs flask.
That makes two.
Yep.
Collectros. Alright, I am going to go to the merchant. Do I have my guns yet? I do! Alright. I'm gonna go back to the merchant and save officially, and then I am going to play some nice calming spider games, and I guess... Oh wait, no, you're not scared of spiders, right? You're only scared of snakes?
Right.
Okay. This one?
Yep. Oh, by the way, you have to fight your way back to the merchant, so...
Well, yeah, but just regular guys, right?
Mostly.
Mostly? You mean like one of the giant guys or something?
Actually, no, that's not till you come back later.
Oh, okay. Gut says it was easy. Yeah, easy if you're not the one playing.
Yeah, it is definitely not easy when you're the one playing, and
Trying
I
not to
love
freak
horror
out.
games, and this was rough. So like this actually, I've played through this game like 4 or 5 times now, and this like that part still kind of freaks me out a little bit.
I don't know, like undead babies and you know it being a horror thing, like a monster, and then also you can't actually like kill it. You have to just keep outrunning it. All those combined to really freak me out. So
yeah.
Okay. That was. My heart is still hammering. That was easy. Yeah, you play Gut. You play the game if it's easy. Is there anything else I should, Oh, there's another thing. Oh, Jesus, fuck! I was about to say, is that guy alive? Should I just run?
None of them are alive.
Well, you know. Animate.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a little bit tougher, but I mean like double pump shotgun tougher, so that'll be fun.
Oh, is there anyone behind me? No. I'm concentrating, sorry. I hope nothing shows up behind me.
I think anything that takes that many sniper shots
it's not worth it.
Too hard with regular people. Yeah, like for regular enemies, like nothing should take that many sniper bullets.
Well, you should let the undead monster creators know. It's like your guys are not realistic enough.
Not at all.
Well, I want to know where he was keeping all that scrap metal. I mean, are there fluids on there I should be worried about?
Wow.
This is so pretty! I want to get married here! Oh, it's so pretty!
We just went to like
sorry, what?
Holiday Festival of Lights.
Oh,
and
pretty.
they had like the drive-through tunnel that looked like this, but with like the icicle lights on it.
Oh, wow.
Pretty rad.
There's this one stretch of, it's not really a highway, it's like a main road or whatever down in Portland, and you can go that way to get to the kids, well, their old pediatrician. I don't know, we actually have to figure out if we can go to them again now that we have the other one. But anyway, there's a shorter way, but then there's also a really pretty way, and I'm just like, depending on time, I'm like, can we go the really pretty way? I still love the moss and everything on the floor. Is there anything else I should be? No, I think that's it. The moss growing.
I mean,
on the
you
stone.
can always come back too, because I don't know if you have the ball for that maze.
No, I've never even seen this one before.
There's a maze at every house.
I got the
Yeah,
low.
that's it right there.
Oh, I do have it?
That 4 swords ball.
Oh.
Flower swords.
It says it doesn't work.
Oh, it's not that one?
Oh, I got my family photo back. Yeah, apparently not.
I wonder if that was the one for the cat. Did you do the one in the castle?
No, I didn't have the... Ah, save point. Okay. Alright. I kind of want to keep playing. I want to get back to the merchant. November 10th. Mistress Donna is now Mother Miranda's adopted daughter. In all my years, I've never been this overjoyed. Ever since childhood, she has always feared others due to the scar across her face. After her parents' death, she locked herself away and would only talk to Angie, the doll her father made her. I am forever thankful to Mother Miranda's infinite compassion. So who is writing this? November 27th.
The luthier.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is yet. November 27th. Mistress Donna seems happy. It might even be my imagination, but I feel like her doll Angie is even more lively than before. She came to me in the garden today and used Angie to talk with me. We had a mighty fine conversation. Something about receiving a gift of power from Mother. This reminds me, I need to watch the new season of What We Do in the Shadows, because the one girl, I can't remember her name, she has something about like this animate doll that's supposed to be like a copy of her, and she like makes friends with it. So she just has this little doll, possessed doll version of herself that she like talks to. And so that show is hilarious. I saw that The Great has the second season up now too, so I need to watch that. So many shows, so little time. Alright, last one. November 29th, Mistress Donna gave me yellow flowers and told me to plant them in the garden. I planted them in front of Miss Claudia's grave. I don't know if it was the scent of the flowers, but I felt light-headed. Then, like a dream, I saw my departed wife. I mentioned this to Donna, and she seemed thrilled by it. She told me to go to the house tomorrow and see her. She said that I could see my family once more. I'm not so sure what she meant by that, but she's so kind. So I guess she killed her or something, or him, whoever's writing this. How many shots did it take on hard difficulty? Other people playing, but the first infinite weapon I unlocked was a Magnum, one shot, one kill. Nice. I like that. Got some East to copy. Shut up! I never said I'm good. I try my best. Okay. So, I'll keep playing for now. As long as I don't have any more baby monster horror thingies. Ooh, more stuff to collect. Boop. Sniper rifle ammo. Yeah. Get in my gun. Hello, my precious. So now I have a well wheel. Is there any reason I shouldn't use it on all this stuff? Madalena head. Can I get my wheel back? Did I use up my wheel? Ah, what am I doing? Yeah, I got it back. Body horror. Body horror. What do you mean by body horror? Outhouse. Come on. Photo of a strange bird. Let us look at the photo of a strange bird. Where is that photo? What? It's not here. What? Did I not pick it up? Why did it tell me that, but now I can't find it? Oh, there it is. Oh, ha! It was up there. Okay. Doesn't look that strange. Let us study this photo of a strange bird. I don't know what's strange about it. It's just blue. So is that a treasure, maybe? Looking down on that one spot. Like those tokens that you shoot in 4. Oh yeah, let me get out of the chat and go back to disconnect. Come on, get out of here. There we go. Alright. I mean, one of the first Let's Play type videos I ever saw on the internet was this kid, like 10-year-old kid, playing 4 with nothing but a knife. And I mean, he was fighting the bosses. He was just, yeah. Why is it telling me currently searching? What did I not get? Yeah. Oh, it's just talking about the puzzle I don't have the ball for yet. I don't have the balls for that puzzle yet. Oh, no, that's the thing I already read. Alright. I can't believe I got through the baby monster! Now I can actually play the rest of the game. Jeez. Hopefully that was the scariest thing so far. And hopefully I get a badass weapon soon. Then I'll never be scared again. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh. There's a little thing here. I didn't even see it. Ooh, maybe that's the one for the puzzle. Let's try it. Wait, what? What? I didn't even get in this place before somehow. So that's a rapid fire gun or something, I'm guessing. Oh no, it's a shotgun. Let's see. So that one is 720 power. This one is 760 power. So obviously this is a better one. Shortcut. Can I get my bullets back from the other one? Probably not. I almost walked out of this room. Why would I want to put my... Why would I want to shut the door? It's not scary at all from here. Or not. It's all not scary from here. Okay. Oh, special meat. Okay. Oh, that was probably to fight them later. The ones that I already killed. How am I turned? Oh, I'm confused again. Nope. So I got a new ball. I was gonna try it in the house. BAM! Alright, let's try the new one. Yay! Oh, I'm supposed to try to do it? Okay. What? This kind of reminds me of one of the ones in Zelda. Whoa, Aiden is very upset. Ha! One try! Get the ball rolling. I was trying to look at it and didn't let me look at it. Oh, okay. I was like, where's the skull part of this? Alright, cool, we got it. Is a nice mid-range option because more rounds you do get a semi-auto shotgun. You never didn't get a chance. Okay, good to know. Alright, I keep going in circles. Let's see. This way. That's blocked. Okay. Oh, okay. That's right. This is where I was starting to retreat. Right? Oh no. What? Is there something I'm supposed to collect over here? Oh! I don't know what I'm using. Oh. What? Freed from the binds of flesh, she now walks the valley of death. I don't know. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, okay. Oh, you played with an emulator? Well, that's what you get for not playing the game. The first time I ever played Chrono Trigger was actually on an emulator, and there was this one puzzle where you had to like press the buttons alternate or something like that, and I didn't know that, and I kept messing up, and then finally I read a thing that said you had to like program one of the buttons in the emulator to represent these other buttons. And I just remember spending hours on it, and of course this was, you know, early internet. How the fuck do I get out of here? What am I not doing? Go through the door. Oh, okay. I don't know. I gotta turn around somehow. Everybody, how's it going? There's some flying monsters who weren't scary until they sucked out my face. That was not cool. Thank you. Yeah, I'll make some ammo. Craft. Your pixel horror. What? Like it ran the game better than the Switch is what you mean? I want to get a new Switch and give Link mine, but I feel like if I hold out more, there's going to be a higher quality version of the Switch or something that'll come out. I definitely don't want the one that can't be console. Like, that seems like shooting yourself in the foot. I have actually been using it as a handheld a little bit more recently. I don't like doing it for games like Hades or whatever, where you have to like be really quick. I don't find the toggle sticks that responsive, but for more logic-based ones, it's pretty nice. Alright, I still feel kind of nauseous and awkward looking at a small screen, though. Yeah, the OLED. Isn't that the one that you can't put in a port, though? What is OLED? Is that just like a different kind of way of showing the light? Is not super exciting. Oh, okay. Crafting. It's funny that it needs less gunpowder. Yeah, I'll do that. Alright. Turn around. Turn around, stick it out. Even white boys got a shout. Baby got back. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. I can't remember the words. I used to know the words. Remember one of the... It wasn't even a date. Matthew and I were walking along a highway. And I love how they've just been hanging out, just waiting. Like, oh, someday someone will come so I can be a monster and be a scary, scary monster. Oh, I'm so scary. Oops. That was not a headshot. Oh my gosh. Die! That was a total miss. Oh, come on. I was far away. I was so far. Dude! How many times I gotta cap your ass? I think that's the nomenclature, right? I mean, I'm not trying to get his ass. I'm trying to get his head. That'd be funny. Are there any games where an ass is the weak point? I mean, there's probably bosses where it's in their butt. Oh my lord! Don't I have? I can explode. Well, I have explosive rounds. Mine. No, I should save that. No, 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 no. I'll save it. Die, 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 die! How do I block again? Ah! Come on, I'm trying to save ammo. I'm trying to save ammo, damn it! Oh shit, I didn't mean to. How did I even do that? Somehow I did the... Thank you! Holy cow! Okay, yeah, we're not doing any more of that. That was way too tedious. Jiminy Cricket, I try to preserve ammo for the good of the country, and that's what happens. Large crystal, okay. I didn't even... Okay, so this is a dead end. Right? Oh, I accidentally hit Q. That's what I did. Okay, so that's to run away from bad guys, I guess. Oh, birdcage. Nope, wrong one. It's not for people who already have searched more for people who just aren't getting to buy one. I got ones at, I got one right before I went to the hospital to have Aiden because I was like, I'll be bored. I want to sit there and play with it. And then, of course, I was just so freaking tired. I'm like, ah. Yeah, no, forget that. Boop. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oops, wrong one. I keep forgetting I have that quick turn. The sound design's a little weird. Like, they always sound really close even when they're far. Oh my god, fuck your dodging! You're a zombie. How do you know how to dodge? Okay, you know what? Oh, he already died. I feel like it takes as many regular handgun shots as it does... I don't know what that was. As it does sniper bullets. Why am I still hearing something hanging? I don't know. Maybe it's just them. Oh, there's another one right there. Can I jump and get it? Yeah! Saved ammo. And there's another one. Oh, and MUTANT. How am I missing all this stuff? I'm trying. Okay, fine. Make me use a bullet for no reason. I mean, it's because you're there for like 2 days. But yeah, I remember that's the only time I sort of. Ooh, I saw blue. Only time I sort of watched Spider-Man Coming Home, I think was it, or I don't even know the names of them, but I need to do it again because I was so freaking tired and delirious. I am so glad to be past the newborn phase. I love my kids. There's cute things about, you know, when they're little newborns, but oh my god, the lack of sleep. I said things that you know, I mean, he didn't understand he was a baby, but I definitely said things that I'm like, oh, I'm a horrible mother. But again, he didn't understand me, he was a baby.
Does this look familiar to you?
Okay. I don't think I have any new stuff. Yeah, I'll have to wait on this stuff.
Take a look at my new stock.
Alright, so I'm assuming all this crystal stuff I can just sell. Might be worth, I'm guessing I can sell that. Keep that. Keep that. Very valuable. Ooh. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. And okay. Yeah.
Oh, you've brought in something special.
Wow, he sounded really excited about that. He's like, oh. So should I not level up?
For an expanded weapon modification service.
Should I not level up that new shotgun that I got? This makes me think of BioShock. There we go. Like the kind of old-timey designs. I just really don't care about rate of fire. When do I get a better handgun? Yeah, because right now it already has more power. Rate of fire, I don't really care about. Reload speed. Ammo capacity. Let's do power.
One moment, please.
I will do reload speed, but...
One moment, please.
1 moment, please. I have to buy the better hand one? Okay. Should I sell my other shotgun now? Is there any point holding on to it? I mean, if this one's more powerful. No, definitely not replaying this game. Is this one, right? Yeah. You got a lot of money for it.
You'd part with this so early.
Early. Like he
I
knows.
procured some new items for you, Mr. Winters.
Oh. I mean, sure, I guess. I probably won't do it. Flashbangs. That will take up basically all my space. So I don't really want to do that one yet. The 90... What? No, the one that I had leveled up a bunch was the one that I sold. Okay. 9mm parabellum rounds for handgun. Why won't it let me hold... Oh, because I'm already maxed. That's annoying. Oh shit! I didn't realize how expensive that was. Whoops. So that's the one that you said is not very good. Lemai is the one that I sold. Or the one that you said was not good, I think. Mine. I still don't understand the point of that. It's dorky
Forward to
looking.
testing it out.
Yeah, let's do a pipe bomb. Alright.
Pay me no mind.
I think that's it. Do I want to do the last level up? Can I do any more level? You told me not to level up my sniper rifle, but I'm not going to get the space. No. Because I can just reload it. I upped my reload space. I mean, fine. It's just that's really expensive. So why can I not level up my sniper? I use it a lot. How much damage does that add? Oh, 100. Fine. Oh. Well, it's a lot of money. Yeah, I don't have enough anyway. I don't know.
Then.
I'm not hoarding stuff, so. Alright. Yep, I'm gonna save. And then I'm gonna play a little bit of the spider one for half an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this because my ears are hurting. We did it, everybody! High five! We got out of the baby part. And then Rich promises me that there's no more scary parts. Although you said now there's body horror, and you won't tell me what that means. Ah. Like I said, remind me to cut that section out when we're done with the stream so I can milk it. Milk it for horrors. That was one thing with Plexstorm. I never figured out how to get the old videos that I had streamed to show up. What the fuck? Okay, sorry, that ad was really weird. Alright. Time to change the let's see. We beat the baby monster. Time for a laser spider palette cleanser. I think it's funny how like palette cleanser became this thing. Webbed. Such a cute game. I mean, I could play something else. I didn't ask. I didn't have to brush. Oh my god, what a horrible thing. Alright, I have to go pee. So I was, before I started streaming today, I was gonna like play the video that I just put up on YouTube where I was reacting to the, you know, shitty messages I got. But like I feel happy now. I feel happy and accomplished. So I don't want to bring myself down now. So here, you're gonna watch this while I go, what? The sandbox. What is this? Oh god, is this a metaverse thing? It's like a Minecraft thing. Okay, well, anyway. I'll go to the bathroom. Be right back. Plex disable stream recording, shutting down. Yep. The Harold Predator and the Clown! Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, I'm done. So, yeah, I want to see a deep dive into what went wrong with Plexstorm sometime. Make it like a Fire Festival documentary. It was like, what? I mean, it's a porn website that emphasizes like video gaming and stuff. Like, it seems like it should be a cash cow. But I guess they just must have somehow made a bunch of really bad decisions in a row. Like I don't know, did they not save enough money? Did they get too expensive of a bandwidth option? I mean, like Vimeo, that's why they shut me down, is they claimed I was using up too much bandwidth, even though it was like 200,000 views in a month was more than 99% bandwidth of anyone else, which is just like, okay, then you have shitty ass bandwidth. We're gonna punish you for getting too many views. Meanwhile, YouTube's over there like, anyway. Alright. Time for a palate cleanser. Gonna play some cute little spider board game. Actually, we don't know if it's a boy. I mean, they mentioned the boyfriend, and the boyfriend's like all purple and bright and colorful. Okay. Oh, the sound is coming out of the wrong thing. That's right. I brought speakers up here and I just haven't plugged them in yet. Unfortunately, I just don't have that much space up here. Still coming out of the wrong speaker. Whatever, it's not important. Okay, so let's see. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing right here. Whee! So I was able to get there and get the other, those things. So now I need to get all these down here. So fun and cute and relaxing. Payment processor that had no credit card fraud protection. Ugh. But of course, you know, MasterCard and everything are so anti-sex worker. Stupid ass country. Whee! Alright, there's that one. Oh. Come on. No. Oh, that one's really heavy. That's right. Down you go, buddy. Down by the barrio. Link insists that they were learning some kind of song about down by the barrio. I think he means bayou. I don't know. But I'm just like, okay, you say so. He like makes up stories about what they do at school sometimes. Like he said something about they showed a video of ninjas fighting, and I told his teacher, like, I don't think you actually did this, and she was like, yeah, thanks for the laugh. We didn't. I promise you I'll never show them videos of ninjas fighting. Well, get it. It's cheap. I think it was like 15 bucks or something. It's fun too. The controls are really nice. Did you not see me playing it last time? I played it like twice, I think. But yeah, the physics are really interesting too. It's just a short little game. It's very relaxing after, you know, horrible baby monster things. Alright, down you go. And go. This way. This way. Let me find this way. Come with me to a place. La 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 la. Okay, fine, don't come. Down. Down here. Come and see here. That's what my mom would always say. I'm missing my mom more lately. Just random things. It's like, huh, my mom is dead. I still can't really believe that. Doesn't feel real. Come on, you're so close. Come on, so close. Look at that. Look at that. You're almost there. Come on. Plex didn't even file because they were stationed in another country. Huh. Interesting. That easily got someone to pay for a new computer. Let's see. Oh, you guys are talking. I gotta catch up. I think someone or a group of people bought a bunch of Plex Storm, spent them, then canceled the credit card payment. Ah. Random weird people would show up out of nowhere. Hey, like Trump's $1 billion investment in his dumbass social media thing. Yet another grift. No, I know what Barrio is. I just don't think that Link's singing a song that's about Barrio. Bayou, maybe. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. Just seems like a potentially problematic song for him to be singing in school. Pay for a new computer mod is basically Cammy cosplay. Flex nobody you would need to file bankruptcy because they're stationed in another country. Switzerland. That is not the country I would have expected Plexstorm to be based in. Interesting. This is why we can't have nice things. Come to me. Come to me. I saw that some of your friends have been like following and retweeting and such since I even mentioned that we did a video together, NASA. So that's nice. You have nice supportive friends. I don't have any friends. I have you guys. You're the best friend a girl could have. I'm only being slightly sarcastic. I value online friends. I just wish that I had friends that I could like be physically in a room with and like sit and play couch co-op with and such. And I would like to do, you know, board game nights and stuff like that. Video chat game playing would be easier if I didn't have noisy ass kids. That's the thing, is like a lot of these options that would make it more camaraderie, which I understand is not a word, they're just not really available to me because of my noisy kids. Noisy, disruptive kids. But, you know, another 2 or 3 years, maybe I can actually be playing games with them. I already can kind of play, like, Destiny and stuff with Link. Come on. I'm starting to make... Oh, yeah! I guess you do count as an IRL friend now. But you live kind of far. And also, I'm still a little nervous about hanging out indoors. Like, people come over and hang out in my house, and I want to be like, can you wear a mask? But at the same time, I feel really awkward about it. It's easy to get lazy, though. Because, like, when someone's not, like, dying of COVID in front of you, you're like, it's over. And it's like, oh, actually, no. No, it's definitely not. Dang it. Come to me. Ugh. Down there. This way. Ugh. No. 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 This way. Ah, there we go. All right. Oh, let's try it this way. Is this a heavy piece? Aha! Ah, I don't want to stick it. No, I want to stay. Stay. There we go. Oh, no, too far! Too far. I know, like you would. It's more like neighbors coming over, and especially their kids. Because, like, the neighbors that are moving, they have various parents of various children that come and go a lot, and the parents that, the grandparents that have custody of them that, you know, lived here until literally this last weekend they moved away. They're not anti-vax, but some of the other people in their orbit are, you know, not very health conscious kind of people, and so I'm not sure if they're vaccinated or not. Plus, most of them are African American, and I know there's a lot of vaccine hesitation because of how racist a lot of the vaccine testing has been in historically, which I understand, especially, you know, there are differences in biology and stuff, and I don't know, I'm not a biologist, so I don't know the details, but what works for one type of person might not work for someone else. I mean, look at like sickle cell anemia and stuff like that that does happen to affect some races more than others, which doesn't have enough studying. You know, we can't just assume, oh, all human bodies work the same. Like even just between individual people, that's why, you know, people react differently to different drugs, and any kind of drug you take, it's like you might have these reactions because some people have. Anyway. Nope, this way. Come this way. Thank you. Alright. Talking about being post-COVID. Oh, I know. Aw. I just always kind of feel low-key sick these days. Like, my throat is like permanently somewhat sore. At night, I find myself coughing a lot, and I think it's just like spittle because I'm laying on my stomach or something. I don't know. We're almost there. We're almost there. Isn't that a song from Princess and Frog? I'm almost there. I tried watching that again recently, and I don't know, like, I just didn't find it all that compelling compared to some of the other stories. And I wanna like him. I like the bad guy in it. And I mean, she's a nice heroine, but I think anytime where there's a lot of inconsistency between which kind of animals are good or bad just bugs me. Like, why is the alligator not trying to eat them? What does the alligator eat if he doesn't eat frogs? I know, I'm thinking about it too much. Alright. Come here, my friends. Let's go to a party. Okay, I gotta pew pew. There you go. Almost done with this section. Just gotta get all of these to this side. At least I don't have to worry running about air. It's really nice. Same person at different times of the month. Yeah, I mean, geez. So, you know, medical science is a marvel and is also just a lot to be aware of. That's what I was sort of having this conversation with a person on Twitter. I mean, it wasn't really, it was me reacting to his tweets and then other people weighing in or whatever. But like, he was saying, you know, I'm not a virologist, and this is just what I've gathered from like reading peer-reviewed, what the heck? That was weird. Anyway, peer-reviewed studies and stuff like that. But he was having this much more intelligent discourse about like, you know, changing the vaccine for the new Omicron variant, and would that reset the whole FDA approval thing and everything like that. And I just kept thinking of, you know, the meme where it's like, did my research, and it's somebody sitting on a toilet with their phone in hand. And it just blows my mind. Like, medical science is so complicated, and yet there's so many people that think, oh, I read a thing in a, you know, I watched a YouTube video that said vaccines bad, and clearly that's the information that I should be listening to, because I'll apply. Like, they always think like, oh, big pharma, blah blah blah. It's like, you think the people telling you that vaccines are not good and that like magic dirt will save you from COVID, you think they're not trying to make money? Like, what? It's so dumb. Ah, people are dumb. What else is new? Is that it? I don't understand why it's not floating. Oh, there's a... That is one strong web. Goodness. Okay. Is that all of them? Because the mud, all the walls are muddy, so I can't... Ugh. Come on. Oh, there's one more piece. Okay. I don't know if I can get it. Okay, fine. We'll go this way. Come with me, my friend. Down. Come on down to little downtown. Picking up is hard to do. Why am I being called? La, da, da. Come! Come! Oh, you son of a... Come on. Down you go. Down you go, you little bugger. Get down here. Down here, I said. No! Down here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ah. Alright. Come on, last piece. There we go. No, 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 no! Get the... Come on. Down. Bad piece of wood. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. That's what Aiden says. Bad, 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 mommy. I'm trying to get up there, but... Okay. What? I didn't get all the pieces. Oh my god, are you kidding me? It didn't save getting the pieces somehow. Well, I might be able to get... Yeah! Did it. That's so weird. How did it not save getting these pieces out? So weird. Come on. Boing! Look at the little ripples. I love it. So much detail. This way. Okay. Yeah. Come on. Go, 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 go. Go. Yeah. Okay. I guess I could just push it. Got it. It does suck waking up at the end of the day after the world's already done. I mean, you're the one setting your schedule. Like, you could work during the day. Don't you set your own hours? Why not just work earlier in the day? Okay, why is this one not going? Go! There we go. Okay, 3 more pieces. And you. Nope, no, 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 no. Nope. Ugh. Thank you. Okay, over there. And then you are not in a good spot. Let's get you down here. Whoop. Yeah, come here, it's a party. Okay. You always had a hard time keeping your sleep. I mean, it sounds like you're having a hard time with the night schedule too, though. Come on. No, no. This way. Come on. Stop bouncing that way. This way. Come on. Come on. No, no, no. There you go. Almost there. Boop. Oh, no, 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 no. Too far. No, too far. Too far. There you go. Got a little too excited. Come on. There you go. No, no. No! Come here. No, no. Come on. No. There we go. Okay. Last piece. Woo! Alright, now, finally. Oh, what? Do I have a thing stuck somewhere? Why? Maybe I have to stretch it a little bit further. Ah, there we go. There we go. Now let's get out of here. Woo! Freedom! Woohoo! Yeah, giggity. Get out of there. Whew. Whee! Oh. Whoa. Oh. I gotta grab these guys. Okay. I can't grab these. Okay, where'd that other guy go? There was another guy. Come on. I just saw you over here somewhere. Oh, there's one. I don't know how many are left. Does it tell me how many are left? Nope. I don't know if I got them all. Whee! I don't see any more, so maybe. I notice I have a bit of a leap when I come out of the ground. Okay. Woohoo! Ah! No! Oh. Can't climb up there. Okay. Whoosh! Woo! Plop. Woo! Again, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I flip out all of a sudden getting out of the water? Yeah. Giggity. Alright. I'm not sure why some lets me... Oh, no! Grab and some doesn't. Whee! Nope. Whee! Oh, come on! Oh my god. Alright, let's do it this way. Aha! No, 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 no! No. No, these are muddy walls, that's why. Am I supposed to make like a jumpy thing or something? Can I? I don't know if that's... Oh. Okay. I was overcomplicating it. Because, yeah, in the beginning I could. And then it was like, oh, there's mud on the walls. I still think the motion of those plants are kind of creepy. Ah, it's 7 o'clock already? All I did was put pieces of wood on the thing. Ah, that's boring. I don't know what this thing is. Whoa, 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 whoa! No! God damn it! Ah, jeez! Wow. That was fun. Oh my god. What is happening? No! I slid past and now I can't. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm all the way back here? Oh my lord! Okay, well, that's a good stopping point. Ah, okay. Alright, good. Good. We're good. Okay. Well, yes, cut the baby part out. I will do that. Thanks for watching. We got through the freaking baby monster and the doll thing, which was nothing compared to the baby monster. And now, now it's all downhill from here, right? No more scary stuff. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have nightmares about that baby. And don't say horrible things to women because they won't have 1v1 chats with you. That's the moral of the lesson. Okay. Goodbye. The moral of the lesson. The lesson of the day.